Church. I feel like Lynn had all those runs and then got one. All ready to go? Hang on a sec. Okay.
Can we go live on the big screen in 3, 2, 1? Push the big screen, please. Push the big screen. Thank you. Go.
Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the toss. The two captains are ready. Alex Lees of Durham and Keaton Jennings of Lancashire. Keaton has the coin. Over to you, my friend. Up it goes. Heads is the call from Alex, and he's decided that they are going to bat. Alex, first of all, what's the thinking behind that?
Yeah, we obviously think it can be a good wicket here, but it's a used wicket, so we're hoping that we can get a decent score on the board and then defend it.
How would you sum up your season as far as T20 is concerned this year?
Yeah, I think we've been a little bit indifferent, in all honesty. I think last couple of games have been brilliant. Throughout the competition, we've been a little bit underwhelming, but we've still got a glimmer of hope to qualify if we win today. So that's all we're holding on to.
You'd love to get a win here and finish off in style, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course. Like you say, we can still qualify if Surrey beat Essex. So yes, we have to win. So this is obviously our competition boils down to this game.
Go well, Alex. Thanks very much indeed. Let's bring in Keaton. So there we have it. It's all within your hands. Fingers crossed. Big game today, isn't it?
Yeah, theoretically all within our hands. Two teams fighting to win and try and qualify. So hopefully it's a good game of cricket.
How much is everybody still buzzing after that magnificent win against Yorkshire on Friday night?
Yeah, look, that was amazing, but ultimately that was step one in trying to make sure we qualify. So we need to make sure we turn up today, play some really good cricket, and really enjoy the process.
And some big names back in your side for this afternoon. The crowd should be really nicely entertained, shouldn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Always good to have the boys back. Shows the commitment they have to playing for the club. They were down in Southampton yesterday and travelled all the way back up. So look, really excited to have them and hopefully they have a good day.
We wish you the very best of luck, Keaton. Go well. Thanks very much indeed. Keaton Jennings and Alex Lees of Durham there. So just to reiterate, Durham have won the toss. They are going to bat. We'll have the team news for you in just a few moments' time.
Back in the slides, please. Back in the slides. Clear. Well done, people. How much, mate? How's everything around? You know what? 1 minute to check. Toss both ends.
Get your work as far out by there. It's fine.
I think I've got that in this track.
Because it's hot.
I don't mess about.
Fraser's just in and out.
You know, put the kettle on.
I was watching the characters on the Friday. Past show, wasn't it? Fuck up on a Friday, you know, put the kettle on. So
hold on, please, second. Okay, mate. Well, look, let's go with it.
That's right then, Alex, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Thanks.
Cheers. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. I'm very, absolutely marvellous, thank you, mate. You all right? Got the sunshine. It's a lovely day. We can't go wrong with that. We've had a win already. The women have won already, so that's pretty good. I've just sent back.
Head over to lancastv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights, and more.
Well, yes, we could do with running that really probably before the Mitchell Stanley one. Oh, you're so good, so good. You're so good. That's perfect. Yeah, I'll run Stanley before, and we can run Kate Cross in the interval then. Yeah. I don't know. What do you reckon? Maybe. Is there any natural juncture to do this in, or is it just going to be a? Yeah. Right. Perfect. We'll do that then. We'll do that. That sounds like a good plan. Sounds like a good plan. Lovely. Yeah, we've had all that, so we've got all that. Durham, Durham batting first? I think Durham are batting first. Durham batting first? I think Durham are batting first. Have we got the web feed number? You'll have all that, won't you? You've got all that. You've got it. Oh, you're so good. You're so good. Right, I'll go and fettle around a little bit and then back with you at 1:15. Thank you, mate.
Head over to lancastv.co.uk right now to get full coverage.
So it is all to play for here for Lancashire Lightning now, because they have to win against Durham to stand a chance of setting up a quarter-final game. Paul Shawls is with me. Now, Paul, it's all to play for. It's huge, isn't it?
Absolutely. What a great stage this place is for a game such as this as well. Absolutely fantastic. If Lancashire can put anything like a performance they did on Friday night, then they're in a really good position to go into that last game later on, when we hope Surrey are able to beat Essex.
Yeah, Surrey versus Essex. That's the one in this South group. That's on a little bit later. So as soon as we finish this game, fingers crossed, Lancashire get a win. Everybody's going to be quickly watching the telly, aren't they?
Absolutely they are. And if you look at Lancashire's side, there's some real depth to that side now. One or two of the England players are coming back. So it'd be great to see them pitch the witch against a pretty good competitive Durham side today, who, make no mistake, will be going as hard as they possibly can to get one over on the old rivals here at Old Trafford.
Because they still harbour hopes, possibly, if they can get a win here as well, that they could be in Lancashire's position instead. So plenty to play for them too.
Absolutely, they'll be looking for a good performance in tonight and try and get a convincing win. If they can get a convincing win, then anything's possible for them too. But Lancashire, I think they look strong today, particularly strong. They have depth. It looks like they've got all areas covered, and they know the dynamics of this ground really, really well. So I'd expect them to put in a really good performance this afternoon.
How do you think confidence will be after that incredible victory against Yorkshire on Friday?
I think confidence will be sky high, because they scored 216, I think it was, here in front of a bouncing Old Trafford, full house, played superbly well, and then in the field with Bat did really well. In the field, the ball superbly well, took the catches, lots of confidence, lots of belief, and I think it's just set up really well for a good performance today.
They always needed a big performance, obviously, against Yorkshire, the old rivalry, because it's Yorkshire, simple as that. But to have put in a performance like that, knowing full well what's at stake as far as the possibility of progressing in this competition, that took some real guts from the players, didn't it?
Absolute. Took loads of guts, determination, some resilience to bounce back from a tie against Derbyshire just a few days before, and beat a very good, experienced Yorkshire side that's been playing some phenomenal cricket in the last few weeks. So tremendous performance, lots of belief coming into today. And I tell you what, one more performance and who knows, anything's still possible here.
That's it, they've got to back that up now, haven't they? As good as that performance was against Yorkshire, they need to do it yet again, if not even better, in this game against Durham.
Absolutely, and it is about putting in another performance and backing up the performance on Friday night. If they can do that, I think we're going to see a fantastic game here. But please don't underestimate Durham. As we said before, they're still in the mix. They'll be extremely competitive, and actually, who knows? On a one game off, it could go anyway. But I'll tell you this, as I said, Lancashire has got so much depth, so much determination, and they want to perform here against what is becoming a fairly good crowd here at Old Trafford.
Tons to look forward to then, but we needed to find out, of course, who batted and who bowled. So the toss, we caught up with the captains just a few minutes ago. To you, my friend, up it goes. Heads is the call from Alex, and he's decided that they are going to bat. Alex, first of all, what's the thinking behind that?
Yeah, we obviously think it can be a good wicket here, but it's a used wicket, so we're hoping that we can get a decent score on the board and then defend it.
How would you sum up your season as far as T20 is concerned this year?
Yeah, I think we've been a little bit indifferent, in all honesty. I think last couple of games have been brilliant. Throughout the competition we've been a little bit underwhelming, but we've still got a glimmer of hope to qualify if we win today. So that's all we're holding on to.
You'd love to get a win here and finish off in style, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course. Like I say, we can still qualify if Surrey beat Essex. So yes, we have to win. So this is obviously our competition boils down to this game.
Go well, Alex. Thanks very much indeed. Let's bring in Keaton. So there we have it. It's all within your hands. Fingers crossed. Big game today, isn't it?
Yeah, theoretically all within our hands. Two teams fighting to win and try and qualify. So hopefully it's a good game of cricket.
How much is everybody still buzzing after that magnificent win against Yorkshire on Friday night?
Yeah, look, that was amazing, but ultimately that was step one in trying to make sure we qualify. So we need to make sure we turn up today, play some really good cricket, and really enjoy the process.
And some big names back in your side for this afternoon. The crowd should be really nicely entertained, shouldn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Always good to have the boys back. Shows the commitment they have to playing for the club. They were down in Southampton yesterday and travelled all the way back up. So look, really excited to have them, and hopefully they have a good day.
We wish you the very best of luck, Keaton. Go well. Thanks very much indeed. Keaton Jennings and Alex Lees of Durham there. So just to reiterate, Durham won the toss and they are batting. And just to reiterate the teams for you as well, Durham lining up with Graham Clark, Alex Lees, Ben McKinney, Colin Ackerman, Ollie Robinson, Casey Aldridge, Ben Rain, Bryden Carse, Matthew Potts, Nathan Souter and Callum Parkinson. Lancashire lining up with a very, very strong side this afternoon. Keaton Jennings, the captain. They've brought in Phil Salt. There's Ben McDermott, Liam Livingston, Shadab Khan, Matty Hurst, Joe Moores, Tom Hartley, Luke Wood and Saqib Mahmood come back in, and Mitch Stanley, who had a cracker of a game against Yorkshire, retains his place as well. What do you make of that, Paul?
I think it's a great sign. Nice to see Salty back, Woody back as well, and also Saqib. So it looks strong in all departments. Be interesting to see how Mitch Stanley bowls today. Bowled beautifully the other night with great pace. He was accurate and bowled with some really late swing and shape late on. So be interesting to see how he goes on today's pitch. Been 200 overs worth of cricket on this pitch, so it'd be interesting whether the ball just sticks in the pitch or not. But I'll tell you what, that side looks strong.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this wicket performs, because there are one or two cracks out there. As you say, it's been around for a little while there. The Thunder team played on it a little bit earlier. They just about got over the line.
Yeah, they did. They chased down 1-3-2, but it was a little bit hard going. The ball wasn't coming on quite as well. Still a really good pitch. The cracks have not opened up too much, but it was just holding slightly in the pitch, played a little bit slower. So it'd be interesting how the toss affects this game today.
As far as this Durham side are concerned, some great old characters in this side. Alex Lee's the captain, for example. But then when you look at the bowling department and you look at the likes of Bryden Carse and Matt Potts, I mean, international test standard bowlers, this is going to be difficult for the batters for Lancashire today.
Absolutely it is. It's going to be a highly competitive game. Lancashire's got some top batters. Durham's got a really strong bowling unit. So from that perspective, I think it's going to be neck and neck throughout this game. But I tell you what, I think this crowd are going to enjoy a really good game this evening.
Fingers crossed we see Liam Livingston thrashing the ball to all corners again, like he has done for a lot of this season when he's been involved in the side. How impressed have you been by his contribution so far?
Really impressed. Every time he puts on the red rose, he puts in a really good performance. He's very passionate about this club, loves playing for this club. You can see that by his performances. But also he's knocking the balls around. He's hitting the corners really well. He's hitting the pockets. He's turning ones into twos. And when the bad ball comes, I know he wants to put pressure onto the opposition bowler. He does that, and it's big sixes, hits the ball really, really hard. So I think he's performed really well throughout this T20 campaign for Lancashire.
Brilliant to see so many of the England stars back in today. Phil Salt at the top of the order. Absolutely sensational for England in the short form of the game. How much are you looking forward to seeing him again?
Really looking forward to seeing him play, whether it's franchise cricket, T20 cricket, whatever cricket it is, whatever colour shirt he's got on, but especially with the red rose today, I think it's going to be dynamite.
And in terms of this game then, huge amount of pressure for both sides, blazing hot conditions as well. Is this going to be as much about who performs, but who keeps their head as well and keeps cool and calm under these very hot conditions?
Really important that they keep calm under these pressure. Really calm, really collected and focused on one ball at a time, whether you've got ball in hand or bat in hand. Really important to focus on the present moment in time. And I'm sure the team that does that best, the batting unit, the bowling unit that does that the best, will come out on top today, and let's hope it's the red rose.
So, as I say, Durham, they won the toss. They've decided to bat. That means we could see the possibility of an Emirates first ball flyer. It's very simple. If Lancashire take a wicket on the very first ball, then somebody here could be off to Cape Town. 2 tickets to Cape Town up for grabs, courtesy of our principal sponsor, Emirates. They could be flying you to South Africa if Lancashire take a wicket on the very first ball. And when it happens, it's mayhem.
The first ball flyer taking place. So 1 wicket, 2 tickets, and off on a free ticket for a holiday. So here's Luke Wood into Caleb Jewell, left arm off the balls, edge gone! First ball from Luke Wood, caught by Keaton Jennings, and Caleb Jewell's gone. Wicket with the first ball. Lancashire off to a flyer, and someone's off to a flyer to Dubai.
Luke Wood left arm over. Nick, first slip in, gone. Dubai, here we come. Who's it going to be?
There we go, 2 winners, ticket to Dubai. Nicholas, congratulations. How does that feel?
Oh, fantastic, yeah, great surprise, yeah.
How exciting was that?
Unbelievable.
Thank you so much.
Send us lots of pictures, won't you?
We will do, yeah, we will.
Have a fantastic time. Nicholas Sinclair, ladies and gents, winners at the Emirates First Ball Flyer.
bad, you?
Good, yeah, really well, thanks, Paul.
Warm enough for you?
Yeah, always it, Will.
Ready to go?
Right, okay, we're almost ready to announce the Guard of Honour.
Yes, that's it.
If you're ready, so I'd like to take pictures from the RF if I can of the Guard of Honour. Can we have the mic, please, up on the pitch? Fraser will intro the Guard of Honour now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome for our Guard of Honour this afternoon from Heaton Cricket Club. Emirates Old Trafford Cricket Ground, are you ready? Come on, Lancashire!
Go VT, go VT.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to our umpires for this afternoon, Naeem Ashraf and Paul Pollard.
Lancashire have got three
and ladies and
changes
gentlemen,
to their
please
side,
give a warm
one of
welcome
which
for
is
the opening
Luke
batters
Wood,
for
the
our
other is
visitors this
Phil
afternoon,
Salt. Salt's
Durham.
got the gloves on. Wood's back in the team, and Saqib Mahmood returns as well for Lancashire. So three changes from the
Emirates Old
Yorkshire
Trafford Cricket Ground, are you
victory on
ready?
Friday evening. Durham's opening batters are
Please
heading
give
out.
a huge warm welcome
Graham Clark
for
and captain
Lancashire
Alex
Lightning!
Fraser on the mics, giving it full throttle there as the Lancashire players led by captain Keaton Jennings come drifting out towards the middle as well. I mentioned it. Oh, there we go. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for the fireworks. I still jumped. Fireworks are off. The smoke drifts across the ground. The players are heading out to the middle. Must win for both sides. The busiest man in showbiz today is Paul Shaw. He's been all over the place. Former Lancashire Thunder head coach. You're a busy man. You're all over the place today.
Goodness me. Up and down like a shuttlecock. Up and down, up and down, up and down. I've really worn that lift out. I should say the stairs, by the way, but these little legs, you know, they can only go so fast. Good to see you, Scott.
Yes, and you, Paul. And this is a belter, isn't it? Must win for both sides. Still a qualification chance in store. Great to look forward to this.
Absolutely fantastic. Beautiful day, light breeze across the ground, decent crowd building. What a wonderful afternoon. Two highly competitive teams. Durham, good side. I saw them at Headingley just a couple of weeks ago. Scored 200. And then Lancashire, wow, it's set nicely for them, isn't it?
It is indeed. Right, this is a first ball flyer as well. There's a holiday at store. There's Woods in and balls. That's tapped into the offside by Graham Clark, and there is no run. They were replaying the successful first ball flyer from, I can't remember if it was last season or the season before now, and it was Luke Wood that got the wicket with the first ball, and someone won a flight to Dubai or something like that. It was lovely.
Fantastic, isn't it? Eh? And I'll tell you what, first ball, first over, right on the mark there, isn't it?
Yeah, welcome back to Lancashire Lightning. Been away with England for a week or two. Hasn't played the last couple of games, but he's tearing in now and bowling. That's cut down towards third man, where Joe Moores feels for Lancashire, and the first run on the board for Durham. So yeah, they come into this game as well on the back of knowing that, well, back of a victory against Derbyshire, but knowing that if they win, they can sneak in. So there's plenty at stake.
There is, and you know what? This start of this finish to this campaign is really like you want it. It's all going to go down to the last game, probably the last ball, and the last game this evening with Essex playing Surrey. So if Lancashire win today, win convincingly, and Surrey beat Essex, wow,
they're in. They're in a quarter-final spot. Here's Wood, bowls again, and playing and missing is Alex Lees. Through it goes to Phil Salt. It's a beauty.
Yeah, good delivery. Ball in good pace from the Sir Jimmy Anderson end. He's running in, a little bit of swing, and that's a good delivery to Lees. Well, Lees is in good form. I saw him get a very fast 70-odd at Headingley just over a week ago. But yeah, just one run off the 3 balls that Woods bowled in this first over, and he looks to have good rhythm straight away.
Keaton Jennings at slip. Wood balls, Lees will push it down towards the 3rd boundary, where it's fielded by Matthew Hurst. They've got an abundance of wicket keepers of Lancashire. There's so many options to take the gloves. Phil Salt comes back in, takes the gloves from Matthew Hurst. Of course, got Joe Moores who can keep wicket as well. Plenty of options for the gloves for Lancashire.
Yeah, over the last few years have produced a number of good wicket keepers, good young wicket keepers. Kyle Cricken has been heavily involved with the development of the second team players and the keepers.
Wood balls to Clark. It's a terrific delivery, right on the money. Clark can do nothing really apart from get in behind it and defend it. Super start from Luke Wood. Absolutely tearing in as well from that Anderson end. Snazzy haircut by the looks of things there.
Yeah, he's sporting a nice trim, isn't he?
Yes.
And slightly built, and balls rockets really.
He does, yeah.
If you look at the breeze across the ground, if he pitches it up and looks to just swing it back into the right-hander, he could be in business today.
Final ball of the first over. In and bowls. That's thumped firmly away off the front foot by Clark, bouncing out to Tom Hartley at cover, no run. What a terrific first 6 deliveries that was.
Come back into the team and bowled an over like that. He's given no room, no opportunity to free the hands of the Durham batters. He's bowled beautifully, and Lancashire will be happy with that start, as will Wood and the coaching staff at Lancashire Lightning. Because, you know, you always wonder, you've got some big players coming back into this team today, and rightly so. But integration of big players from time to time is not always that easy, is it? But Woody's made a great start there.
Yeah, it's always a slightly awkward one, isn't it, really? Because Michael Jones, Jack Blatherwick, Jimmy Anderson have dropped out. And when the 3 were available, you knew that all 3 would start. So you're instantly knowing that players are going to miss out. But that's just the way it is, isn't it?
Just the way it is, but especially on the back of a great win in the Roses battle on Friday night.
It will be Saqib Mahmood from the Brian Statham men. Alex Lees on strike. Mahmood in, balls. That's Paul shot, which bounces in front of Keaton Jennings, who's at short mid-wicket. Didn't quite get a hold of that as he was hoping for.
No, he didn't. It hit quite high on the bat. Stuck in the pitch, I think, slightly, and didn't quite get that away or time it the way he wanted. And it almost, in fact, carried the captain, Keaton Jennings, at short mid-wicket.
You mentioned the breeze as well, Paul. So as Mahmood's running in here, it's into his right-hand side. So Lee's on strike. The boundary out towards the leg side will be hitting with a pretty strong breeze. He steps across the stumps and he's gone. LBW, I think. Yes. And Lees has to go and Mahmood strikes. Well, it's a slightly quirky dismissal. There was so much movement from the batter there, but the finger went up and Lees departs, and Lancashire strike early. Durham are 2 for 1.
Lees doesn't look happy with that. I think he thinks it's hit the toe of the bat, but he's being given out. I think LBW. Let's have another look at this. Yeah, couldn't quite see that on the replay. He certainly doesn't look happy at this stage, but Saqib Mahmood's made the breakthrough, and the Durham captain departs for just 1 run.
Yeah, and he's knocking on the door of 500 runs in the Blast this season for Durham, so he's a man in form, as you touched on. He's got 1 century and 3 50s, but he's done for the day with the bat. 2 for 1.
Just the start that Lancashire Lightning were hoping for before they took the field today. And as Emirates Old Trafford is basking in sunshine, the Lancashire Lightning team have made a great start. So 2 for 1 off just 1.2 overs. Lees, LBW, bowled Mahmood.
And it's McKinney, the new batter. Moves in and balls to McKinney, who swings and misses. The ball angled across him and just shapes further away, but he threw the whole kitchen sink at that. It's a big swing.
It was a big swing. He's coming, he's looking to strike that ball straight away. Probably expecting the ball to swing in with the breeze, but actually it's just gone across him and just gone away from that outside edge. But he was certainly thinking down the ground or even over extra cover there.
And Jennings is going in as a slip catcher as well, so Keaton Jennings in a kind of wide
Head over to lankstv.co.uk. Head over
to mid-wicket. It's a 2 for 1 Durham. Mahmood for Lancashire. Statham end. In and balls to McKinney. Clobbers that down the ground. That's what he was rehearsing the previous shot. And he makes connection on this occasion. McKinney off the mark with that. Durham move on to 6 for 1.
Yeah, he's bludgeoned that down the ground. He's picked the length very, very quickly. And he's been able to get his hands through the contact point of the ball and force that ball down the ground. Stand there and deliver from McKinney. Moves on to 4 from 2 deliveries. Scores 6 for 1 off 1.4 overs.
Welcome listeners on Sports Extra 2 as well to coverage of this game from Emirates Old Trafford. Durham are batting first. It's 6 for 1, and we've got a slight delay. Is Mahmood not quite happy with where he's landed his foot?
Looks like he's yeah, it looks a bit uneven in and around where he lands his front foot. So one of the grounds staff is coming out to have a look at that. May just see if they can level it out a little bit. He's running back off, so I'm assuming he's coming back with something very big, flat and heavy, and I think we're going to be seeing some manual labour on those footholds. But certainly Saqib Mahmood's unhappy with that as he's scratching away the dirt to try and flatten that area. But it might just be unsettling his landing, but more likely probably his ankle, and he'll be aware of that. So let's see what happens when the ground staff come back onto the field.
Yeah, well, are they going to just get through this over and then deal with it? It looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Liam Livingston just telling his CJ, the member of the ground staff, just to hang on till the end of the over. 6 for 1. And here's Mahmood that balls. Oh, it's a terrific ball. It nips back into McKinney. He's done really well to defend that and keep it out.
Yeah, it's a good delivery there, isn't it? Bear in mind, one's gone away from him, one's been relatively straight, and that's a top delivery. That's pretty quick, straight. Oh, it's just dropped down on that, got full face, and it's bounced onto the ground for those of you that are listening at home, and bounced over the stumps. Done well to keep that out. What a good delivery.
6 for 1, 1 ball remaining of the second over. Ben McKinney for Durham. Big tall man stands in the crease and waits for Mahmood. Steps to the leg side, goes for a swing. And look at the bounce there through to Phil Salt, who takes it off his toes with his gloves above his head. Lovely bounce.
Head over to lankstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
6 for 1. Durham. 2
Head over to lankstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
Phil Salt.
Head over to lankstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
Fridays.
Head over to
against the Yorkies. 2 gone, 6 for 1. Here's Wood. Starts afresh over balls. That's pulled up towards mid-on. It's a really awkward height that was carrying up towards Shadab at mid-on. And it just kind of, I think in the end, just died on him. It just bounced in front.
It did just probably half a yard in front of him. At this point, he's thinking, "Oh, this is coming my way," and then probably a feet, maybe 1 foot, 2 foot in front of him. Just falls slightly short.
Yeah. I think he didn't bounce and spin to his right or something like that. Here's Wood. Balls again, pushed away by Clark to mid-off, through for a single. Clark doubles his score, so he moves on to 2. Durham 7 for 1.
Both Wood and Mahmood have started really well here today, haven't they? The key thing is they've hit good lines and they've hit good lengths. They've not given the batters much at all to get after, which is reflected in the scoreline as such. 7 for 1 off 2.2. Clark on 2 and McKinney on 4 as Wood just starts his approach again.
Here he comes. His left arm over the wicket and balls. It's down the leg side to Ben McKinney. Umpire Ashraf calls the wide. The score moves on to 8 for 1. A picture perfect day, really. Not quite as hot as it was on Friday, which probably is a bit of relief for the players, certainly, and the supporters as well.
Yeah, that breeze, as we can see, as we look out towards the old pavilion, blowing right to left, just takes the edge off, doesn't it?
There's Wood balls again. Played straight by McKinney. Punching it back past the bowler. Livingston sweeps round to his right from mid-off, mid-on to field. Another run for Durham, 9 for 1. It's a quiet start in the context of a T20 game, 2.5 overs in. It's been a low-key approach so far. Some fine bowling.
This pitch has now had, I think, in excess of 200 overs. It's withstood, so I think if you bowl tight lines.
As Wood's in, bowls again. Clark lifts it high and out towards deep mid-wicket. Catch it in the crowd if you can. And it's gone for 6. First big hit of the afternoon. Clark to 8. Durham 15 for 1.
It's a good shot that. He's picked up the length very early, just rocked back and got his hands through this ball. And it's got caught in the wind, the breeze, and it's just kept going. I thought we was going to drop over the boundary, but it's actually gone into the crowd, that. That's a good contact, isn't it? It's a big blow from Clark. He's a good player, dangerous player, Clark. And that just moves the score on to 15 for 1. And Clark moves on to 8 off 7. McKinney 5 off 5.
2 balls left of the third. Just dropped mid-wicket back towards the boundary. He's gone again, out towards that man at mid-wicket, but he's cleared him. It's gone for 6. Bouncing in towards the temporary stand. Back-to-back sixes for Clark. He's on 14. Durham 21 for 1 now.
Yeah, he's looking in good form, isn't he? He's looking to target any loose delivery as quickly as he possibly can, whether it's full or whether it's short. He's certainly looking to bounce on that delivery.
It's Ben McDermott out there, I think, at deep mid-wicket for Lancashire Lightning, but it's sailed beyond his reach. So back-to-back sixes, 21 for 1. Final ball of the third over. Luke Wood for Lancashire in and balls to Clark. Fires in a Yorker. Jabs the bat down on it. Digs it out up towards mid-on. Through for a single. Completes the third. So 22 for 1. 3 gone. Clark and McKinney here batting together for Durham, who come into this game on the back of a victory against Derbyshire. And they line up like that. Lees has already departed. We're going to see plenty of spin later. Souter and Parkinson will play a part with the ball. Rain and Carson Potts will lead the attack with the seam.
It's a good side, isn't it? And Colin Ackerman still with the bat. Still a fine performer. He often holds that middle order together. So a decent lineup, but they've got the very, very important wicket of Lees, the Durham captain, dismissed from a full delivery LBW from Saqib Mahmood.
And he's back in again, Mahmood. His second over. In and balls. It's Clark that pulls it up towards mid-on. Through for a single. On Friday, we saw Mitch Stanley and James Anderson bowl all 6 overs of the power play between them, didn't we? Will we see that again? Or do you think they might want to hold Mahmood and Wood back for one later?
I think they might look to just hold one of them, maybe 2 of them back, to come back a little bit later on if they need wickets later on, or to finish off the innings. Be interesting how this over goes. If he picks another wicket up here, then he might just keep him running through. I was going to mention this pitch. It's in excess of 200 overs. It's withstood so far. But I think there's a lengthy ball on here, a relatively hard length. It's difficult to strike if it's full, or if it's short I think the batter's pounds, but good lengths on here are hard to focus on.
Mahmood balls. He just back of that length that you're looking at there. Clipped away off his hip down to fine leg for no run.
Just seems to just stick slightly in the pitch. So what we mean for our listeners is the ball just grips in the pitch. It's very dry. There's a lot of friction. So rather than it sliding off the pitch, it's a certain length. It just grips through the seam, just holds, and maybe bounces a little bit higher. So I think you might also see some scrambled seam or cross seam deliveries as well, which might get a little bit more bounce further on we go through this game. I also think the spinners will have a decent day today.
Move balls, full length delivery this time, just outside off stump, which is driven up towards Livingston at mid-on for 1 run. So it's the same pitch that was played on today and also on Friday, isn't it? The 2 games on Friday.
And it's been brought back from the Women's World Cup, where there was 2 games on the same day, so it had 80 overs that day, 80 overs in the back-to-back on Friday, and then it was going to have another 80 overs today. So equivalent to a day 3, day 4 pitch, but it's been brought back as well in between.
24 for 1. Mahmood is into Clark. And that's squirted down off a kind of inside half of the bat down towards Wood. Fine leg for a single.
That nearly beat Clark for pace then, didn't it? Very, very full. And, almost did him for pace there. Just got the inside edge to the bat.
25 for 1. Just managed to squeeze something onto that just about in the nick of time.
What's slightly worrying for Clark there, his head had gone a long way across to the offside and he closed the bat face, but managed to drop his bat on it. But,
25 for 1. And Mahmood balls, it's fallen, hammered away by McKinney. It's a terrific piece of fielding by Shadab Khan. Because, blimey, he caught that, didn't he?
He did.
Great stop. They've gone through for 1. 26 for 1.
He did. He hit that ball very, very hard, didn't he? But what about Shadab? Do you know what? I think he's electric, me. with bat in hand, with ball in hand, and then a wonderful bit of fielding as well. That hopefully we're going to get another look at here. Look at that. Great bit of work. And he's up on his feet. Look at this. Oh, ready to go again. Brilliant. Great character as well.
Yeah, he's a bundle of energy, isn't he? He's great value with the bat, with the ball in the field. Mahmood in, balls us off the pads out towards deep backward square leg for a single. Moves on to 18, 27 for 1. That's 4 overs gone. And Clark and McKinney continuing here as well. So 27 for 1, 4 overs into it. Plenty of viewers watching on from the balcony rooms, seeing themselves on the big screen.
Head over to lancashiretv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
Well, it's a warm day, isn't it?
Warm day. You've got to keep hydrated, haven't you? We talk about that all the time. Keep the fluids flowing. What a great day they're going to have today. It's what a vantage place looking over this great ground from that up. What's Lanky up to? It looks like Lanky's having photographs taken and signing autographs.
Yeah, star attraction. 27 for 1. Here's Mitchell Stanley replacing Luke Wood. Oh, he's bowled him. Clark's gone for 18. Stanley strikes with his first ball. And Durham are 27 for 2.
I tell you, this boy's got serious pace. When he gets it in the right areas, he's really difficult to line up. We saw him on Friday night against a very experienced Yorkshire batting lineup, but with great pace, great accuracy and a little bit of swing. He's come on from the Jimmy Anderson hen today. First delivery of his spell, and dismisses Clark for 18. Let's just have a little look at this delivery. Great areas, isn't it? Great areas. Straight as a die, good pace in between bat and pad, and Clark's head's just going across to the offside as that ball just holds its line. Good delivery. Great delivery first up.
Superb, isn't it? Yeah, absolute cracker from Big Mitch. You just say he's got this kind of bit of X factor about him, hasn't he? The way. Well, his size and the pace he bowls, the length he'll bowl as well. He's not shy of pitching it up, is he? He's not just banging it in.
You know, I've just been chatting to the the bowling coach here at Langston. I was saying it's the first time in a long while I've seen an experienced Yorkshire batting lineup as on Friday night look as uncomfortable with pace and movement as they did that evening against Stanley. Bowls really well, real good pace.
Colin Ackerman's a new batter, 27 for 2. Stanley into Ackerman, steered down towards third man. Mahmood fields, and a single for Colin Ackerman. 28 for 2. Yeah, the wickets he prized out on Friday evening, including that of Bairstow, which perhaps got the biggest cheer of the lot, didn't it, I think, on Friday night.
And Luxton, he got Luxton early on, didn't he? Look like he did Luxton for pace. A little bit of swing, but pace, I think, did Luxton. Bairstow.
Lythe and Moeen, his 4 victims on Friday. It's not a bad list, is it?
Not a bad list at all, no.
And he's right in the wicket straight away here. 28 for 2. Stanley in and balls. That's just off the hip by McKinney. Clipped away towards backward square leg for a single. 29 for 2. Halfway through the 5th over. And in what is a must-win for both sides. Both sides trying to sneak their way in towards the qualification spots, in towards a quarter-final this coming week, actually. Both sides can still do that with a win today, but need some help from elsewhere as well. Stanley in and balls right across the stumps goes Colin Ackerman and ramps it over the keeper's head down towards the boundary for 4 runs. Ackerman moves on to 5, and Durham 33 for 2.
Good shot from Ackerman this. A lot of premeditation in this. Gets across his stumps, almost down onto on one knee as he paddles that ball away. And shots like that and wrists like that just make a fast ball a little bit uneasy.
33 for 2. Stanley to Ackerman. That's defended into the offside. And there's no run. The top 2 in the North group are playing as well today. So that's Yorkshire against Notts. It's effectively a bit of a... Well, there's not a great deal on that, is there? I think Yorkshire, obviously, with a win, will potentially further increase their chances of a home quarter-final. But Notts atop the group. Yorkshire will finish second. They're playing it out at Headingley. 33 for 2. Stanley in and balls. Slapped away by Ackerman, but more of a bottom edge. Bouncing back to Mitchell Stanley, who starts off in impressive fashion. Wicket with his first ball. Just 5 runs coming off the over. 33 for 2.
Yeah, both Mitch Stanley and the Lancashire lineup will be delighted with the start that Stanley's made, picking up the important wicket of Clark in his first over. And we're approaching the last over of the power play. Just 1 over left. Durham 33 for 2. It's not been easy for them. 2 big wickets for Lancashire, and going into an interesting phase of play with this being the last over of the power play. They'll be looking to maximise this. Will Durham.
Here comes Saqib Mahmood. McKinney's on strike, in and balls, and that's hit towards the offside. And there's no run, so everyone's playing at the same time, apart from Surrey against Essex and Somerset against Worcestershire. So they're the evening games, 6:30 starts. Everybody else is underway at 3:30 across the different groups. The game that both these sides will be watching, or at least one of these sides will be watching, because someone's going to win, or we could have a tie, will be the Surrey-Essex match, because that could well seal their fate one way or the other. Mahmood bowls. Oh, he's bowled him! He's hit leg stump. McKinney stepped across the stumps and Mahmood's fired it in, and it's caught the leg stump. He gets his second wicket, and Durham lose their third, 33 for 3.
McKinney steps across his stumps to create a little bit of space so he can go leg side, but Mahmood spotted that early on, and he's gone really full, and I think he's gone into the base of the leg stump. It's another wicket for Mahmood. It's another wicket for Lancashire. 33 for 3.
Stepped a long way across, didn't he, McKinney?
Yeah, McKinney was, by the time the ball were released, McKinney was more or less outside off stump, so Mahmood's gone really full. Wise bit of bowling. Full and quick into leg stump.
So far, this is an excellent power play for Lancashire Lightning. 33 for 3. And Ollie Robinson is the new batsman joining Colin Ackerman. Mahmood 2 for 9 on his return back to the side. So everyone's settling back into position. There's a fine leg, there's a deep square leg. And then there's 5 in the circle on the offside and a couple inside the fielding circle on the onside as well. Robinson then waits for Mahmood, who's in and bowling. That's just worked off his hip out towards the leg side. Just sneaks underneath the fingertips of Matthew Hurst and they can get through for 1. Robinson off the mark straight away. 34 for 3. 3 balls remaining of this opening 6 overs. Been just about the perfect start for Lancashire Lightning, kind of picking up from where they left off on Friday. I think Friday night was probably their best all-round performance of the competition. They beat Yorkshire. Mahmood bowls back of a length to Ackerman. That's shivelled away off his hip down to backward square leg for a single. He moves on to 6. Durham 35 for 3.
Yeah, things haven't quite gone their way tonight, have they? Or this afternoon, I should say, for Durham. I think Lancashire's bowled exceptionally well. Just a couple of balls left in their power play. Got Durham 35 for 3. A lot of talk in dressing rooms around picking up 2 or 3 wickets in that power play has been a real big indicator on who's going to win the game.
Mahmood bowls. Robinson carves it up and over point for 6. Out towards the boundary. Reaching for it, but effectively doing so, and he moves to 7, 41 for 3.
Yeah, Saqib Mahmood will be disappointed with that. He's dropped that one short and wide, and it's enabled Robinson just to get into gear, really, hasn't it? We're having a look at the delivery now. Just too wide enables Robinson to free his hands and hit through the line of the ball over point. And is that another lost ball, maybe?
I think it is. Went through Fraser Dayton's hands. I mean, he could have stopped it. Just went to his left. I mean, what type of attempt was that?
I'll have to have a word with him, won't we?
You're going to have a word with him at that.
So
at the interview.
Get him out on the field, you know, rather than a microphone. If we can hit balls, give him a bit of practice at half time.
We've now got this wonderful scene of the ball has disappeared underneath the temporary stand, I think, here. So we're scratching around looking for a cricket ball. It bounced and it hit the hover cover, and it's gone underneath the temporary. It's not that direction. It's definitely not that way. Pointing the wrong way there. So the square leg umpire is going to cross to have a quick look. That's Paul Pollard. Where's the ball? Can anyone see a cricket ball anywhere? No, have we given up? I think we may well have given up looking for this cricket ball. I mean, if it's underneath that stand on the back of Friday night, he's drenched in booze, I would have thought.
I would think so. Not much chance of finding that ball at this stage. Not sure what condition it'll be in when it comes back.
No, could be a bit sticky.
Could well be.
Could be a bit sticky. Plenty of families in today. Plenty of young kids in. We saw that for the first match here for the game against, or between Thunder and Durham in the women's match. Real nice kind of family feel to the game. Lots of young kids in. Lanky's the star attraction. Getting plenty of pictures being taken. Oh, we've retrieved the ball. Marvellous fun, isn't it?
But Lanky's just taking a bit of water there. It's a hot day. For those of you that are here, make sure you take on your fluids.
Well, umpire Ashraf lobs the ball to Liam Livingston. Livingston's, I think the ball's been a bit mangled up, and Livingston's tossed it away. He found the whole thing hilarious. So I don't know what's up with the ball, but it's obviously got a little bit mangled up, I think, underneath that stand, hasn't it? There was no way they were playing with that. Saqib Mahmood gave it a filthy look. Not a chance, umpires. I'll just pick myself a nice juicy new one if you don't mind, please. That'd be lovely. He's got one ball left of the over. 41 for 3. An interlude while we tried to retrieve a cricket ball, and then we selected a new one because that one was damaged. Here we go, final ball of the over. Mahmood in bowls, fires in the Yorker, dug out by Robinson. And that completes the 6 over. A dot ball to end it. 8 coming off that over, but the
Head
wicket
over
as
to
well.
lankstv.co.uk right now
Excellent
to get
start.
full
Lancashire
coverage
Lightning,
of
6
every
overs
live
gone.
stream,
It's a
highlights
must-win game
and
for
more.
both sides. 41 for 3 after 6 overs. And Ackerman's on 6, Robinson is on 7. They'll take that as a power play.
For sure, yeah. 41 for 3. Lancashire dressing room will be pretty happy with where they're at this point in time. 3 wickets in a power play at any point of any game is really important, and puts them in a very strong position as they move into more like the middle phase of this T20 Blast game. And be interesting how this phase of play goes for Durham. They're needing to rebuild this innings from being 3 down. Shadab Khan comes into the attack. Something always happens when Shadab Khan is involved in the game.
Well, he's here for the first time with the ball today, and Ackerman drills it along the ground up towards Liam Livingston at long on for a single.
He's just that type of cricketer, isn't he? He's always in the game. Seemed to have great bit of fielding earlier on, diving stop, and then ready to throw the ball in for a run out. Now he's got the ball in hand. He'll certainly be looking to influence this game. He's what I call a character player.
I like that description. Robinson waits. He wants that, he likes it, and he's got it!
Yay!
Shadab strikes with just his second delivery. Robinson's gone for 7. LBW to Shadab Khan, who's always in the game somewhere or another. 42 for 4.
Tell you can't keep him out of the action, can you? He's come on, second ball, he's in the game, and got the important wicket of Robinson, who departs for 7, and that puts Durham in deep trouble. 42 for 4 off just 6.2 overs.
Well, they're in a bit of a mess here, aren't they? Lancashire in dream land, really, with 4 early wickets.
Oh, good delivery that. Did you see that just drifting, and then pitched and spun? Great delivery.
There's no doubt about that, LBW. That was definitely out. Casey Aldridge is the new batter. Lancashire are all over Durham at the minute.
They certainly are, but they've given him no breathing room at all, have they? They've bowled wicket to wicket. They've bowled very, very good areas, hence the wickets, bringing all dismissals into play. We talk about a lot from a coaching perspective, but it is so important. They've hit the right length on the pitch. They've hit good lines and made the pitch do the work. And it's caused 4 wickets to date. Just a reminder that Durham won the toss and elected to bat, and a 42 for 4 with 6.2 overs gone so far.
Slip in place. Shadab's in. Balls. Casey Aldrich punches through mid-off for a single. Gets off the mark straight away. 43 for 4.
There's just a feel around the place when we got here on Friday for the Roses game. Just a real positive feeling. Same today. Girls won earlier on, which was a great win. They snatched victory really from the jaws of defeat at one point, didn't they? So played really well in the end. Just a real positive feel about Lancashire and this ground at the moment.
Shadab to Ackerman, and that's played back towards Shadab. Just takes a bit of the pace off. They get through for a single as Shadab cuts it off to his left. Well, sun's shining, that helps, doesn't it?
Do you know what? It certainly does. It certainly does.
They beat the Yorkies on Friday. England won in the footy last night.
Yeah.
Sun's still shining. As Aldridge off the back foot pushes that away into the offside. Fielded by Hurst at cover point, and there's no run.
Yeah, it's been a good couple of days, hasn't it? The Roses win on Friday night. England win yesterday. girls win this morning, going into this afternoon, and the boys have got Durham 44 for 4.
Couldn't really ask for any more, could you, I guess? Final ball of the 7th over. And it's Casey Aldridge on strike. Here's Shadab in balls. And with plenty of bottom hand and a wristy shot, he'll work it away through the onside for a single down towards Liam Livingston. End of the 7th then. So 45 for 4. 7 overs gone. Ackerman on 8. Aldridge on 2. This is scatterblast time, is this now? Fraser's, he couldn't field the ball, Fraser, before, but he's good at lobbing T-shirts into the crowd. And they're proving pretty popular as well.
You're going to have to watch that shoulder, though, isn't he? You know, as he's launching that.
Put your back out there, Fraser. Steady on, old Pete. 40. Oh, that little lad's happy. Oh, that's perfect. He got himself a nice new T-shirt there. Good work. Right, Liam Livingston, spin from both ends. Liam Livingston in from the Statham end. That grips and turns away from Aldridge and into the gloves of the keeper.
What a fantastic delivery that was first up. That grips, bounces and spins, doesn't it? It's an absolute beauty from Livingston. Look at this. Oh.
Got his leg spinner out straight away and happy days. Let's see a few more of those from Liam Livingston. 45 for 4 in the 8th over. Aldridge on 2. Durham desperately needing to try and recover here somehow. Again, that grips and turns away from Aldridge. Pushed it a little bit wider outside off stump that occasion.
It is a very dry pitch, so it is just beginning to grip, isn't it?
Livingston in, balls once more. And Aldridge drives firmly away through the offside for 1. Moves on to 3. 46 for 4. Halfway through the 8th over. Live on Lancs TV, across BBC Radio Lancashire as well. We're on Sports Extra 2 for this T20 fixture. That's a play and a miss. Ackerman looking to try and cut Livingston, but through to Salt. Terrific first 4 deliveries sent down by Liam Livingston here. Twirls his way back in again. Balls on the front foot goes Ackerman. Pushes it back towards the bowler. Again, there's no run. Crowd are engaged, aren't they? They're even applauding dot balls now. I love that. It's not just about the 4 and 6s, it's about the dot balls. Livingston to Ackerman. And a single up towards mid-on. That's the end of a terrific over. At the minute, Durham do not have
Head
an
over
answer.
to lancastv.co.uk
right
now
really
to get full coverage of every live stream,
and that's exactly what
highlights
they're looking to do. Get the fielders in the right areas, get the angles covered, minimise the twos and the boundaries, and build pressure from both ends with the spin department, which is so strong here at Lancashire, and that's what the way they've played T20 cricket for a number of years now successfully. And got to say though, that Liam Livingston over, just 2 runs off that. It was a very, very good over, wasn't it?
That
exceptional.
I mean, the first ball was sent down. It's a beauty. Shadab to Ackerman. And that's played back to Shadab Khan. Off Ackerman's front foot, pushing it back to the bowler. No run, another dot ball. This is all playing into Lancashire's hands, this. This is a perfect ploy that Lancashire have got here. Swept away by Ackerman out towards the leg side. Tom Hartley's at deep mid-wicket to field. Just be a single. He moves to 10. 48 for 4.
Yeah, 48 for 4. As the pressure is beginning to build and build and build on Durham.
Aldridge on 3. There's Shadab's in and bowling, slog sweeping out towards the leg side, and for 6 as well. Casey Aldridge. Well, he got a hold of that one.
He did. He got into a good position and struck that ball beautifully for 6 runs. And Durham certainly need a few more boundaries at this stage of the game. And he certainly got hold of that one.
Shadab balls. Hurrying Aldridge up a fraction there. He's dropped it into the offside. And there's no run. 54 for 4. 2 balls left of this 9th over. Here is Shadab, balls to Aldridge, who takes a single up towards Liam Livingston, who bounces up from the long on boundary. 55 for 4, so 1 ball remaining of the 9th over. Ackerman on 10. Salt, the keeper, just pushing the field a little bit here and there as Shadab's in and balls. That's hit firmly by Ackerman, and that'll be 4. Actually, 1 bounce and over the rope towards long on. So it's 4 runs to end the over. It's a bright one, that, for Durham. They need a bit more of that. 59 for 4. 9 overs gone. A shot for 4.
Ackerman struck that ball beautifully, hasn't he? He's hit this so hard down the ground. A lot of bottom hand into that ball, into that shot. 1 bounce, 4 down towards the Jimmy Anderson end, and another much needed boundary.
So can I ask you about the pitch? You mentioned it's been used on quite a bit. So on Friday we saw 200 runs scored.
Yeah.
Do we think it's a pitch that's kind of more of a 180 now, or is 200 still like a benchmark?
Well, in the women's game today, from the previous day, we saw 150 odd turn into 130 odd today, and go the full 40 overs as such. So I think this is more around 175.
Okay. Livingston in bowls. He's fizzed that down the leg side, and it's he's hit the wicket-keeping pads of Phil Salt. It's been called a wide by umpire Pollard. He's spun. Livingston balls
out,
chipped right back to him by Aldridge. Livingston clutches the ball towards his chest. High five from his captain, and Durham are in a mess. Lancashire all over them. 60 for 5 in the 10th.
That's another wicket, another big wicket. That's 5 down now. Durham are in a mess. They are struggling. Got to find a way out of this. But a big wicket for Livingston. The wicket of Aldridge, who's just hit Shadab for a 6, and taking a really good cotton ball catch. And the ball just, again, is just gripping. It's spun a little bit, sliced off the face of the bat, and gone all the way back to Livingston. He's looking to work that through mid-wicket. It's just gripped, and it was almost a leading edge, but just slid off the face of the bat, straight back to Livingston.
Happy days, yeah. You won't get too many more simple return catches for Liam Livingston. He said was more of a leading edge, wasn't it? Because of the grip and the turn that he managed to get. He's got his leg spinner working nicely today, hasn't he?
He has. Yeah, he's bowling beautifully, actually. He's getting spin, and he's bowling with great accuracy as well, which then causes the batter more of a challenge.
And we've got a slip in place as well. Good. Pride and Cars next in for Durham. Hammered away through the offside. It's a very good partial stop at cover. Shadab, because that went like a tracer bullet, that, didn't it? Again, he stopped it to his right. Brilliant work. They've got through for 1, but it, in fact, gets underneath Shadab's body. It's probably 4. That's cut, but fielded at backward point. And there's no run. It's fascinating watching this, Paul, isn't it? Because you know what's going to happen. You know how Lancashire are going to play, but how do you counter it? I'm not sure. Livingston balls, and that's cut by Ackerman. And get into the offside. And they do get through for a single.
It is difficult to play against, and it's been successful for a number of years now, isn't it? The way they bring the spinners on in the middle period. A couple of wickets up from, bring the spinners on, build pressure, which brings wickets.
Livingston in. And that's cut again by Cars this time. Fielded at backward point, and again there is no run. Stopped by Keaton Jennings. He started sprinting in. He thought it was the end of the over. 1 more left of the 10th. Here is Livingston, bowls, and Cars off the back foot, keeps it out. Super work again by Liam Livingston. He's bowled 2 overs. He's only conceded 5 runs, and has picked up a wicket as well. 10 gone, 62.
Head over to lankstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
And here on BBC Radio Lancashire. Halfway stage of this game. By the way, the quarter-final, I'm talking about quarter-finals already. The quarter-final would be on Wednesday if Lancashire were to win this match. And of course it would need Essex to lose later tonight as well, let's not forget. Here's Shadab in and bowling. It's off the back foot by Ackerman, and that's hit firmly away through the offside, and it's going to run away for 4. And Ackerman moves to 19, 66 for 5.
Great shot from Ackerman. He's picked the length really quickly, rocked back, hit that ball hard from under his eyes, and it's gone through extra cover for 4 runs. But he's hit that ball hard, but the key is he picks the length very, very quickly as he rocks back, gives himself a little bit of room, and hits the ball hard.
Shadow balls, and that's carved away out towards the point boundary. Good tumbling stop by the little live wire that is Joe Moore's. He's absolutely rapid. Caught everything on Friday as well, didn't he?
He did. And there's that diving catch, wasn't there, down here in front of us, down to our right. What a catch that was. Very agile, very fast, and incredibly athletic and committed in that order.
Should have in. Ball swept by Ackerman. It's in the air. Oh, and it's not been taken. But Dermot wasn't sure where the ball had gone. It may not have carried on the sweep by Ackerman out to square leg. It was in the air for a while. Maybe just bounced in front of Ben McDermott. 69 for 5. We're halfway through the 10th over. Pride and Carty's back on strike. Shut up for Lancashire in. And balls playing back towards him because diving to his right, trying to get something on it and trying to stop it. Sneak through for a single though. 70 for 5. So you're looking at maybe to be a pass score, another 100 from here.
I think a pass score is 170 or there or thereabouts. Right. Maybe 175.
Shadow balls to Ackerman. That's cut through the offside. Out towards deep backward point for 1. Moore's out there again. Tidy work in the field. 71 for 5.
Well, I would think if they can get anywhere between 140 and 150, and try and turn the game into a wrestle, I think that's what they'll probably try and do. Durham, that is.
It's in the air by Carr. Has he got enough on it? Livingston coming up and takes the catch. Really fine work from Livingston, running up from long on. Went in the air a mile as well. It's a real skyer. Terrific catch from Liam Livingston. Second wicket for Shadab. Durham is 6 down. 71 for 6 and 140 seems like a mile away.
Certainly does, and that's a top catch, isn't it? That ball's gone a long way up. It's caught in the breeze, swirled around a little bit, and Livingston's running from the boundary and judged that really, really well. And I think took an exceptional catch. Shadab again gets the wicket. That ball's gone a long way up. It's swirling. Livingston, nice and calm. Great catch, well assured.
Yeah, never really in doubt. Tom Hartley quickly left it for Liam Livingston. He looked as cool as you like, taking that catch. Little tap on the back from Tom Hartley.
71 for 6. Off 11 overs, 9 overs left. And the Lancashire bowlers and fielding unit have started this game incredibly well.
They have just kind of picked up from where they left off on Friday, haven't they? That's a bit short from Livingston. It's swept more of a top edge over short fine leg down towards the boundary. He wants to come back for 2. And does successfully run 2. All now depends on Colin Ackerman. If Durham are going to try and get some type of score that they can try and defend, Ackerman's a fine player as well, but it's going to be a lot on his shoulders. And if 1 or 2 others can chip in at the other end, they might have something they can bowl at. Not at the minute they don't. Ackerman drives into the offside, no run. Gathered by Captain Keaton Jennings, an extra cover. 73 for 6 in the 12th. Livingston bowls, that's forced down the ground by Ackerman. Hartley comes up from long on. Another run for the Durham batter. He's on to 26. 74 for 6. Brings Ben Rain into the attack. I mean, Rain can bat, and Potts is due to come in as well. He can hit it, but there's an awful lot of work ahead of them. It's been excellent from Lancashire, pushed away by Ben Rain, fielded at backward point, and there's no run. They've got the old Lancashire spin grip on here, haven't they? And there's still options as well for Jennings to go to. Comes off the edge of the bat, not fielded cleanly by Mitchell Stanley. Gets a bit of help from Matthew Hurst. And in the middle of all that, they've come back and they've run 2. 76 for 6. Still got, of course, the option to bowl the left-arm spin of Tom Hartley. They've got 3 frontline seam bowlers. Livingston to Rain. He's looked to try and sweep it. The ball's gone down to the boundary at a very fine leg, and it's been given as wides. Tailed in down the leg side by Livingston. Rain went to sweep it. Made no contact on that. It's been given as 4 wides. 81 for 6. With 1 ball remaining of the 12th over. So Paul Pollard just explains to Liam Livingston his decision. Oh, that's a beauty as well from Livingston. Rain drops the bat rather dramatically, as I think he tried to get everything out the way of it. He'll be bowling his off spin here to Rain from around.
Head over to lankstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
And he kind of, I don't know how he managed to do all that, Ben Rain. There's a lot happened there. In the end, no run was scored.
I'm not sure what's happened.
Describe that for me, please, Paul. Explain that to me.
What I'm seeing there in the same shot is a wicketkeeper juggling a ball, whipping the bails off, and a batter throwing his bat in the air all at the same time. Watch this. No, it's not showing us now. Thought it was going to show us again. All in the same shot, same frame.
Yeah. There's a lot of moving parts there, but nothing actually happened. 81 for 6. Shadab to Ackerman. It's worked out into the onside for 1 run. I mean, we kind of get used to it, but the Livingston rotating leg spin and off spin, and we get used to it because he's done it for a while now. But it's some skill, isn't it?
It's high skill, very difficult to do, and he's so consistent, isn't he? So consistent with it. Very, very good player.
Shadab. And balls. It's in the air, caught. Rain picks out Jennings, and Durham continue to tumble and melt and fall away here. They just cannot find a way to deal with Lancashire's spinning threat. A 3rd wicket for Shadab, and Durham 82 for 7 in the 13th.
Yeah, it's tough going, is it, for Durham? The ball's just holding slightly in the pitch, and just gripping the seam, coming off this pitch just a little bit slow. We'll see here. Just clips it straight to mid-wicket. Keaton Jennings, the captain, the T20 captain, will be delighted with that. It's the 7th wicket, and Shadab Khan picks up his 3rd wicket. And 82 for 7 off just 12.2 overs.
Well, that's a real mess of a scorecard, isn't it, for Durham? It is outstanding from Lancashire, set up by Mahmood and Wood, and then the spinners have jumped right into it in the middle section, and they've just not been able to find a way to wrestle free. Lancashire will be desperate to try and get this wrapped up as quickly as they can, with Ackerman desperate to try and find someone to bat with. Shadab in balls to Potts, who plays off the front foot, and the ball spins past the edge of the bat and into the gloves of Phil Salt. Good ball first up, isn't it? Dear me. 82 for 7. Shadab balls again. And, play back towards him by Potts, and there's again no addition to the score. What a terrific overseas signing he's been, Shadab Khan. Single for Potts through mid-on. 83 for 7. Of course, drafted in at pretty much the last minute because of the injury to Chris Green. So for the second half of these Blast group games, he's made a fantastic impact in the bat with the ball and in the field as well.
Certainly has.
Final ball of the 13th over. Shadab to Ackerman. Durham's only hope, really, as he punches it through mid-off for a single, and he keeps the strike as well. 13 overs gone here at Emirates Old Trafford on BBC Radio Lancashire. Lancs TV, Sports Extra with us as well for this final group game between Lancashire and Durham, where a win keeps you in the competition at least for a few extra hours. Whoever wins today, they would have a chance of qualifying still. It would depend on what happens in the Surrey-Essex match a little bit later on tonight. But it keeps it going for a little bit longer.
I was listening to Liam Livingston's post-match interview after the Yorkshire game, and clearly he said how well.
As he comes in and balls to Ackerman, that's tickled away off his hip to find leg for 1. 85 for 7.
He was sharing how well the team had played on Friday night, but hope that the team could have closed the game down a little bit quicker in the middle phase, and they'll be looking for him to do that at this point in the game with the bowling unit and the fielding unit.
Livingston balls again. That's driven through mid-off for 1 run. Yeah, it was a pretty stellar performance, wasn't it, on Friday?
It was a great performance, but he just felt there could have been a little bit, slightly more ruthless with the ball in hand.
Dragged out towards the leg side, and Ackerman comes back for 2. You'd want that, wouldn't you? Kind of always wanting to improve.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what I'm interested in today, with them getting Durham 7 down. Can they go bang, bang, bang now and close this down before they get 120 and not get any late runs in the innings as such?
Livingston balls again. Potts hammers it away through the offside. Is it going to go for 4? Oh, it has. He's caught that sweetly. Hammers it away, and it's gone for 4 through extra cover.
Yeah, Woody's running round there, isn't he? Couldn't quite get there.
Ackerman drives again down the ground for 1. He just couldn't quite get round to cut it off. Got 1 ball left of the 14th over. 97 for 3. Potts on strike and a slip in place. Livingston in balls. Oh, it's a lovely ball, and Livingston prodding forward. The ball slides past the edge of the bat and into the gloves of wicketkeeper Phil Sol. Lovely stuff from Liam Livingston.
Absolutely fantastic. He's been a real handful with the ball in hand today, and another good spell, another good over from Livingston. 93 for 7 with just 6 overs remaining for Durham. Ackerman's on 36 off 28, and Potts 2 off 5 deliveries.
It's been a tough day for.
Head over to lancetv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream highlight.
26 to beat India, but it's been a good day for Sophie Eccleston, the first English woman to take a Test fifer at Lord's. So many congratulations to Sophie Eccleston. 5 wickets for England at Lord's, but yeah, rather bruising day for England. Stanley's back. Bowls full and wide of off stump, and a swing and a miss from Colin Ackerman. Big Mitch is back.
He's back. He's back. And As I said before, I've been really, really impressed with him in the last, certainly the last couple of games. Yorkshire, I thought he bowled with great pace, accuracy, and late swing. Of course, some of those experienced batters that Yorkshire have, real depth in that lineup, caused them some problems, and he started well this afternoon.
Ackerman waits. Stanley's bowls.
Shot.
Hammered for 4. Absolutely nailed that right along the turf. He barely lifted off the ground, did it? Raced away through the offside for 4.
Yeah, it's a good shot. A little bit too full from Mitch Stanley, and a little bit too wide, so that enabled Ackerman to free his hands and hit through the line of the ball, through everything like that. It's a good shot as he dissects, extra cover, and mid-off for a well-timed 4 runs. He hit that ball pretty hard.
He's doing his bit here for Durham, isn't he? He's 40 not out from just 30 balls. Looking to add to it this time. Oh, he has done. That's a really fine shot down to fine leg. Whipped away down towards the boundary. So back-to-back 4s. That brings up the 3 figures for Durham. 101 for 7 and Ackerman to 44.
Yeah, he's just slightly overcompensated there, hasn't he? I think Mitch Stanley. He's gone full and he's gone leg side, and he was wide outside. Off stump ball previously, but both have got the same, or gone towards the same result. 4 through extra cover and a 4 through fine leg, as Ackerman moves on to 44 off 31, and he's the mainstay, an important player for this Durham lineup if they're going to amass a reasonable total. 101 for 7.
Phil Salt, the keeper's gone up for have a little chat with Mitchell Stanley. He strides in again and bowls, and Ackerman will fettle it out towards the leg side for 1 run. Ben McDermott comes up from the boundary to field, so Ackerman to 45 now. 102 for 7. 2 balls remaining of the over. There's been so far an outstanding performance with the ball by Lancashire Lightning, and in the field have taken all their chances that have come their way. Matthew Potts taps his bat, and here's Stanley to Potts. Just drops it into the offside. Bounces up towards Paul Coughlin, actually, who's out there as a substitute fielder, so someone's off for a moment or two. Coughlin's out there fielding. The boundary riders that Lancashire have got, there's a fine leg and a third man. There's a deep backward square leg and a deep mid wicket, and then Joe Moore's out on the deep point boundary as well. 102 for 7. 1 ball left to the 15th over. Stanley to Potts. He's pulled it, but he's top edged it. Will it land safely? Mahmood trying to make up the ground, just couldn't quite get to it. And then comes back for 2. He's got out of jail there as Potts, really. Another skyer, wasn't it? But Mahmood just couldn't seem to get himself into a position to take the catch. They run 2, 104 for 7, 15 overs gone.
Not sure whether Mahmood picked that one up at first. Whether it was swirling was difficult to see, I'm not sure.
Oh, it's t-shirt time again. Fraser's outside, lobbing some shirts into the crowd. The kids are loving that. Everyone loves a freebie, don't they?
They do. They certainly do.
Okay, it's a hotly sought after these t-shirts. Kids are loving that. 104 for 7, 15 overs gone, so 5 remaining. And now some left arm spin from Tom Hartley.
First time we've seen Hartley this afternoon. As he warms up, getting ready to bowl his first delivery. He'll be coming around the wicket to the right-handed Ackerman, and I would have thought he's looking to push this one through on the angle towards middle stump.
In and bowls, and Ackerman drives through the offside for a single. And the bowlers that they've used, Luke Wood, 2 overs for 18. Come back to it. As Hartley's about to bowl again. Oh, it's a full toss, but it's down the ground and it's caught. Wood takes a catch. Tom Hartley celebrates And Durham lose their 8th wicket. Potts has hammered it right down the throat of Luke Wood. And Durham are now 105 for 8.
It's a good catch, this, because Potts has hit this ball hard, and right at the end it just curves past, almost past Wood's right hand. If you watch this ball, hits this hard, Wood runs round, and it just starts curving right at the end. It's a good catch, that. It was travelling.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Watch that just ball start going.
Nice piece of work. Picked up his sunglasses.
It's a good catch. Good catch. Disappointing wicket, really, for Durham, but a good one for Lancashire. Just 4.4 overs remaining. Durham are 105 for 8.
Well, they're in danger of not bowling out or batting 20 overs here, Durham. Been just about as good as it can be for Lancashire Lightning. Here's Hartley balls again, and Callum Parkinson nudges this one down the ground for 1 run. 106 for 8. Colin Ackerman, well, he's held the whole thing together, but he's had no assistance really from anybody else. Hartley to Ackerman, that's whipped out towards the onside. Wood fields again, moves on to 47, and the score to 107 for 8.
Even at this stage, if you look to the fielders, the scouts, the sweepers out in the field, they'll be 5-10 yards in from the boundary, and they'll be at least 10-15 yards in from the boundary to minimise any twos.
That's dropped
even
into the
at this
offside
stage, so they're looking to be as ruthless as they possibly can and close down this innings. Shows really good attitude and focus, because sometimes it's easy to drift off when you're on top of a game, but these aren't doing. If you look at all the angles they are at, they're minimising any twos.
Parkinson again just nudges it towards mid-on for 1, and that's the end of the over. 108 for 8, another over which is welcomed and appreciated by the Lancashire supporters. The Holmes Chapel crew up on the up on the hotel balcony.
Yeah, it's a great view from up there, isn't it? Beautiful view of the ground. And the cricket. Oh,
time for a dance.
A little bit of exercise there in rhythm with a tune. Someone there just doing the same thing with his leg. And another, there we go, there we go.
Time for a little jig on the balcony. 108 for 8. Luke Wood's going to return. Well, he's got 2 overs left. I was going to go through the figures. Wood's has bowled 2 overs for 18. Mahmood 3 overs, 2 for 17. Stanley 2 overs, 1 for 17. Shadab Khan, Liam Livingston are both bowled out. But he can bowl Wood and Mahmood here if he wants to. At the death, as that's defended by Parkinson. For a second I thought I'm going to spin back onto the stumps. It just bounces down towards the keeper.
Did look like that, didn't it, from
Yeah.
our angle? He just drops his bat onto the ball. Oof. Nearly clipped the bail on the way past.
Didn't it? 108 for 8. And Parkinson needs to be getting Ackerman on strike for as many of these remaining deliveries as possible. Wood to Parkinson, but he's steered it down to 3rd man for a single. Parkinson moves on to 3. The score to 109 for 8 on the 17th over. Colin Ackerman, well, he's 3 away from 50. He's scored half the runs for the team here. He's doing his best to try and see if they can get something that they might be able to bowl at, but it's been a super impressive performance by Lancashire Lightning so far. Wood to Ackerman. It's a no ball actually, as Ackerman drives out through the offside, out towards deep point for a single. But, yeah, just overstepping, so that's a no ball. That will be a free hit. A little bit fortunate that it's Callum Parkinson on strike and not Colin Ackerman on strike for the free hit. They're probably better off not running. But maybe instinct takes over, I'm sure it does. Anyway, Parkinson's got a chance here with a free hit. They can change the field, Lancashire, because the batter's cross, so they can move fielders around. There's a third man, fine leg, deep backward square, deep mid-wicket. And deep extra cover. So free hit, 111 for 8. And they're bringing fine leg up, I think, now. No. He's going back. The mood drops back again. In comes Wood, bowls. Shovelled out towards the leg side by Callum Parkinson. And Ackerman making sure that they run 2 there. I'm not sure Parkinson was too keen on it, but they did run a couple. So he moves to 5, 113 for 8.
Ackerman 48 of 35 deliveries. And, just 3.3 overs remaining. Current run rate is 6.85.
Yeah, can they find any kind of momentum here at the back end of their innings?
Oh,
Bang's running short, and Parkinson leaning back. Seemed he can try and just guide it over the keeper. Then instantly looks to the square leg umpire to see if that was going to be called, but it wasn't. Oh. Little bounce there, wasn't it, over the shoulder?
Yeah.
Give it to that umpire. Good bouncer, wasn't it, from Luke Wood. 113 for 8. 2 balls remaining of the 17th over. Wood left arm over the wicket, balls, and they're playing a miss from Parkinson and through to the keeper. Well, you don't want to be running on this delivery now, Callum Parkinson. It's either 2 or boundary or stay where you are. It needs to be Colin Ackerman on strike for the start of the next over. Final ball for Luke Wood. He's got 1 over left after this. Turns and comes steaming back in again. Full and squirted away down to third man. Well, they have taken a single. Well, I suppose you're going to take every run if possible, but seems
Head over to lancetv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
He's on 48 at the non-striker's end. 3 overs to go.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. It would be preferable, I'm sure, for Durham that Ackerman takes majority of deliveries at this stage of the game. And just 3 overs remaining. Look like they're enjoying themselves over there, don't they?
They do, don't they? Yeah.
Looking up and down, bit of dancing, bit of watching cricket, conversation, pleasant conversation. The odd liquid refreshment, if we say. It's what a beautiful day for it.
Tom Hartley's left arm spin. Parkinson off the back foot, plays it away through extra cover for a single. I reckon on Friday evening the conversation started very pleasantly, and then by the end of it, no one understood what anyone was saying on Friday night.
Yeah, it's normally a matter of time, isn't it? But it does get to that point.
I just enjoyed the random cheers that we got through the course of the evening. Cut by Ackerman out towards point for 1 run. Moves to 49, 116 for 8 in the 18th over. Brings Parkinson back on strike. He's unbeaten on 7. Going for a spin for this 18th over from the Statham end. Comes down the pitch and chips it up and over mid-off. Jogs through for 1. He moves on to 8. 117 for 8. Colin Ackerman has got a chance to get to 50. It might not mean a great deal to him. It's been a difficult day, but it's been an outstanding knock. Under the circumstances, this will be his 50. Tucked into the onside. You want to come back for 2. Throw comes in towards the keeper's end. He has managed to squeeze out 2. That really is a fine 50. Colin Ackerman, right up on the ropes. Your team's up against it. And he's produced a terrific knock there. 51 not out. Superb.
51 off 37. batted for the majority of the innings. Given the situation, I think he's played superbly well. He's held the team together as such, and given them half a chance of having a good finish.
To Ackerman, he goes big, and he's going to clear Luke Wood at long on, and that is all the way for 6. That's thumping somewhere in towards the stand to our right-hand side. It's a big hit for 6, 125 for 8.
And that's exactly why your point of Ackerman facing the vast majority of deliveries. That's a good contact, and clears the ropes easily. Good shot from Ackerman. Ackerman moves on to 57 of 38 deliveries. Parkinson 8 off 11.
125 for 8. Final ball of the 18th over. Hartley in and balls to Ackerman. He's got a little bit of bat on that to tickle it down towards short fine leg for a single. That's worked out pretty well because he's got on strike for the next over as well. 126 for 8. 2 overs remaining. He's got lots of options, Keaton Jennings, as to who he wants to bowl these final 2 overs. He can go to Wood, he can go to Mahmood, he can go to Stanley. He can go to Hartley again if he wants to. He's going to bring Saqib Mahmood back into the attack for the penultimate over. 126 for 8. A few supporters wearing vests today. It's a vest day, it would appear. Some. Sun's out, guns out, and all that.
Not for me. I try and keep mine covered up.
126 for 8. Here is Mahmood to Ackerman. 12 balls left here, Durham. And Ackerman swings, and he inside edge, I think, back onto his pad. It just deflects down towards the keeper, but it's going to have to be plenty of that, isn't it, from Colin Ackerman for these final 11 deliveries.
It certainly is. He's giving himself the chance here. Just didn't quite make contact with that ball the way he liked. But the scene is set for the last 1.5 deliveries. Just 11 deliveries remaining for Ackerman to see if he can amass as many as he can to get Durham to a reasonable total.
Well, that leg side boundary for him is hitting with the wind as he drags it out towards the edge of the fielding circle at mid-on for a single. Quite the outcome he was hoping for. Takes him to 59 not out. 127 for 8. It's Parkinson back on strike. He's tried to chip in a little bit here, hasn't he, Callum Parkinson? 8 from 11. And he's watching the fielding changes. He sees Mitchell Stanley coming up inside the circle at short fine leg. There's a long on, there's a deep mid wicket, there's a deep backward square leg with a third man and a deep point as well. Short fine leg, short mid wicket, mid off and cover. Mahmood over the wicket to Parkinson, and he's bowled him. Steps across the stumps. Parkinson missed, Mahmood didn't. Third wicket for him. Durham 9 down. 1-2-7 for 9.
That's a case of few miss, I hit, isn't it? Mahmood's running, ball really straight, full as you like, and Callum Parkinson's moved across his stumps, tried to get a little bit of bat on it and work it behind square, but Mahmood's too much. Well, he's got too much experience not to bowl straight at tail enders at this stage of the game, and yeah, full and straight, midway up the leg, Midland leg stump. Mahmood picks up his third wicket and is 3 for 18 in his spell to date. Good choice by the captain, bringing back, clear up the tail, and that's certainly what he's trying to do here. 127 for 9, 1.3 overs remaining.
Yeah, every decision's kind of worked a treat, hasn't it, from the captain? Bowling changes have all kind of worked, and everything clicked nicely into place. Nathan Souter, last man out here for Durham. It's nudge back to Mahmood, who feels low off to his right off his own bowling, and there's no run. He's got a bit of a jog on here, because what's the time here? They're 2 minutes away from the cut-off time. Should be all right. Mahmood to Sauter. It's turned into the onside. 1:28 for 9. One ball left of the 19th over. And Ackerman has carried a pretty heavy burden on his shoulders. He's back on strike on 59. Final time with the ball today for Saqib Mahmood. Ackerman chops it out through the offside. Runs away to deep backward point for a single. Well, he's on strike for the final over.
Head over to lancastv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights, and
3
more.
for 20. And that's 4 over, isn't it? Is that his spell?
It is.
3 for 20. What? It's tremendous, really. He's come back into the team today, and he's performed for the team, which is the most important thing. And 3 for 20 in just 4 overs is a real good example of someone that's chomping at the bit and come back in the team and made an impact, and that's what any coach, any captain would ask for. It's been a very good return.
Mitchell Stanley send down the final over of the innings. 1-2-9 for 9. So Mahmood's figures are read out around the ground. Gets a very good reception too from the supporters. Right, 6 balls left. Stanley about to start, and then something wasn't quite right, so he's back to his mark. But here he comes now. Ackerman's on 60. Here's Mitchell Stanley. Balls to Ackerman. That's tucked away into the onside. They'll try and come back for 2, but he wouldn't want to be risking Joe Moores, who's pretty lively. Great arm in towards the bowler's end as well. So just a single, 130 for 9.
Great fielder, isn't he, out there? Absolutely fantastic fielder. So I don't think anyone would take on that challenge. Quick to the ball, athletic, and very good arm. Good returns in, so very accurate returns, so you don't take on Joe Moores at this stage.
130 for 9. Sauter's on strike. Here is Stanley. Balls to Sauter, gives himself a bit of room and carves it down towards third man, but it's scooped up by Shadab. Just a single. Sauter moves to 2. 131 for 9. Brings Ackerman on strike. Durham will look at Lancashire's top order with a bit of trepidation, you would think, with a score up only 130 for 9, and Salt and Livingston and McDermott probably going to be the top 3. Stanley in balls to Ackerman. That's whipped down towards fine leg. Well, that'll help a little. 4 more for Ackerman. Can't really understate just how impressive this is from Colin Ackerman in such a poor team performance. He has been terrific here. 135 for 9.
Yeah, it's a top knock, isn't it? Mitch Stanley just drops this short and goes a bit too straight. Ackerman's onto that quick as a flash and pulls that ball backward a square for 4 runs in front of the hotel here at Embers Old Trafford as Mitch Stanley starts his approach.
In and balls to Ackerman. He stepped to the leg side and just got some bat on that. It was tailing in on the stumps, wasn't it, that delivery, but he managed to squirt it away to point for 1. 66 now to Colin Ackerman, 136 for 9. With 2 deliveries remaining. Who wants a chat here? Saqib Mahmood wants a chat. Liam Livingston's having a chat. Not sure if Mitchell Stanley's paying any attention, mind you, but taking in all the advice. Mahmood spotted something because he's fielding out towards the umpire at points. He's run a long way, Saqib Mahmood, to offer a bit of advice to Mitchell Stanley. Easy to forget as well just how little cricket Stanley's played. I mean, Into Souter. Can step to the leg side, carves it up and over backward point and down towards the boundary for 4. And Souter to 6. Well, they've got to 140, which, to be honest, looked quite a way off. But they have got to 140 for 9 with 1 ball left.
Yeah, they're doing the best they possibly can to give themselves half a chance. At least they're trying to have something to defend. It's not going to be easy, but they're giving themselves the best chance from the position that they're actually in. Remember, they were 3 down in power play and then struggled throughout, but Ackerman's innings of 66 of just 45 has been instrumental in giving them half a chance to get into a reasonable score, a reasonable total.
Final ball of the over. And it's Mitchell Stanley in and balls. Down the pitch comes Souter, forces the ball away through the offside. They'll turn and they'll try to run two, but there were never going to be 2 there, but I suppose it's always worth trying to come back in the end. They kind of changed their mind halfway down, so they've run 1. That run's been completed, so they've finished on 141. I mean, all out for 141, so it will be 142 to win it for Lancashire Lightning. What do you reckon to that, Paul?
I think Lancashire Lightning will be delighted with their bowling and fielding performance, and Durham will be disappointed with how things have gone in their batting innings, for sure. But I think what they have done through Ackerman's innings, have given themselves a reasonable chance of giving themselves something to bowl against, and I think that's the most important thing here. Ackerman 66 of 45. It was a tremendous job, but I think all in all the Lancashire seamers and spin bowlers have all done a really good job today, and have been exceptional in the field. They've taken the chances, they've been committed, they've minimised runs, stopped them turning 1s into 2s. They've done a fantastic job, and all in all, so far, a good team performance.
Yeah, so far so good for Lancashire Lightning. 140. 1 will win it. Let's head outside and catch up with Fraser for our viewers on Lancs TV. And here on BBC Radio Lancashire, let's just tidy things up. So it's 140 all out. Durham. So 140 all out. So 141 will win it for Lancashire Lightning. So 141's their target to win it, and if they do that, well, they're still in with a chance of qualifying. We won't find that out until a little bit later on, of course, tonight. But if they can chase this down and win the match, they're still involved in the possibility of a T20 quarter-final. You're with BBC Radio Lancashire, just gone 5 o'clock Sunday afternoon, and it's live T20 cricket from Old Trafford. Lancashire Lightning against Durham in the final group game. We will reflect back on the earlier game shortly. We're going to hear from Kate Cross, who's been speaking to me after the back of Thunder's victory against Durham in the first game of this T20 doubleheader. We'll hear from Kate Cross next. Thank you, mate. Should do, yeah. Shouldn't really be a problem. Yeah, 141's Lancashire Lightning's target for victory in this game against Durham here on BBC Radio Lancashire. Earlier today, for our viewers, our listeners online via the BBC Sport website, we brought you coverage of Lancashire Thunder against Durham. It was a 4-wicket win for Thunder, with Kate Cross out in the middle towards the end, watching debutant Sky Thomas hit the winning runs. Cross ended up beaten on 23, so a winning end to their group campaign for Thunder. They cannot qualify for finals day, but I caught up with Kate Cross afterwards. Thanks, Bob. How long on this, mate? Oh, come back at a good time. That's Kate Cross speaking to me a little bit earlier on and reflecting on a brilliant performance by Sky Thomas in particular. 55 not out from just 38 deliveries. She's still only a teenager. I think she may have just turned 17. But that was some debut for Sky Thomas. So maybe a bit of a glimpse of the future there. Not to be this year for Thunder in terms of the T20 Blast. They can't qualify. But they're still in with a half a chance in the Metrobank One Day Cup, so we'll see how that gets on a little bit later on in the summer. Right, players are heading out with the score's changed to 141. I thought it was 141. Yeah, 141. It was so it's 142 to win for Lancashire Lightning. And how about this for an opening pair? I mean, you could take your pick, couldn't you? They've got that many options here, but they're going with Ben McDermott and the returning Phil Salt. Fraser gives it plenty, doesn't he, on the old build-up there. Good efforts. Great to see Phil Salt heading out with his Lancashire gear on, and McDermott alongside him. The opening batting partnership here for Lightning. And it was an interesting decision, wasn't it, on Friday to promote McDermott up the order on Friday, and it worked.
Yeah, tactically very astute, brave decision. It did work. He came off and played really, really well, and gave Lancashire that important start and that impetus to score the big scorer in around 2:16, was it, Scott?
2:16 on Friday, yeah.
2:16. Walks out tonight, this afternoon, with Phil Salt, and I think we better get ready for fireworks.
We've had them already. Will be Callum Parkinson. Now I wonder how Durham will play this little power play period. Salt's on strike. Here's Parkinson in, bowls, and play back towards him. There's no run. The game here on Monday last week, which finished in a tie between Lancashire and Derbyshire, wasn't a huge score. Derbyshire. There's Parkinson balls again. The first run here for Salt. Played through mid-off for a single. So Lancashire up and running. Derbyshire made 150 for 9. And Lancashire didn't get 151, and they went spin heavy. Derbyshire. They kind of put all their eggs into one basket with 3 spinners bowling the majority of the first 7 or 8 overs, and they really tried to put the squeeze on Lancashire with spin from both ends rather than starting with pace. Parkinson's in to McDermott. It's defended, no run. I wonder if Durham might do something similar.
Yeah, because we can see if you bowl decent lines and lengths on this pitch as a spinner, there's not much pace on it, so you've got to generate your own pace, and the ball is spinning.
It's wide and cut and down towards the third man boundary for 4 runs. But Ben McDermott, he did have to reach for that, didn't he? Toe pokes it away down towards the third boundary. 5 without loss. First boundary of the reply.
Yeah, just off the toe of the bat, really, wasn't it? But it's 4 runs. 4 runs to his total and 4 runs to Lancashire's total.
Parkinson to McDermott. And he'll take a single through mid-off. McDermott moves on to 5. Lancashire 6 without loss, with 1 ball remaining of the opening over of Lancashire's reply. 1-4-2 is the target. Parkinson to Salt. Just dropped into the onside, and they jog through for a single. So that is the end of the over. 1 gone.
Head over to lankstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
When they're batting to come, Lancashire Lightning. They certainly have.
Yeah, there's some serious performance in this Lancashire team, both with bat and also with ball. In a good bowling and fielding performance in the first half of this game in front of the Lancashire faithful, and taking the catches, taking wickets, and put a lot of pressure on this Durham lineup. In fact, coming out to the power play, Durham are 41 for 3, and after 10 overs, were in fact 62 for 5. So they've done a good job in terms of minimising any damage that Durham could have done.
Pride and gas from the Brian Statham end. Bowls to Phil Salt. Just jags back in towards him and he defends it. Pushing the ball away into the offside, and there is no run.
Did look sharp, that delivery, didn't it?
Didn't it? Yeah.
Looked very sharp from sat up here, didn't it? I mean, it was a bit sharper down there.
I bet it was. Yeah, I feel a little bit safer up here. Fancy being out there. 7 without loss. Salt on 2. Cars. And he comes pounding his way back in again. Over the wicket to Phil Salt. That's driven. Cut off nicely by Matthew Potts at mid-off. Single for Salt. Takes him on to 3. Lancashire Lightning are 8 without loss. So we're in this opening 6 overs, a power play where the fielding restrictions are in place, but I guess with a relatively modest total to chase, it's not necessarily need to take too many risks. So is that just not the way that they do it these days?
Well, there'll always be positive one nowadays, but you still can manage your risk, I think.
Cast to McDermott, always inside edge that, past the stumps. And down towards the boundary at fine leg. And it's little moments like that that will further just chip away at Durham. 12 without loss now.
Yeah, let's have a little look at this. Ball just slightly nips back, or he's angled in, and McDermott's tried to work that one wide of mid-off and got an inside edge, and it's gone in the opposite direction. Down through fine leg for 4 runs. As Scott says, 12 for none of 1.3.
Cars. Balls to McDermott, he swings away at that. It's a terrific leaping catch from the wicketkeeper, Ollie Robbins. Well, that was went quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. This is sharp. Oof. Great bit of work by the keeper, wasn't it?
Fantastic.
Ollie Robinson, top draw cricketer, top draw keeper.
Not sure if Bryden Carson enjoyed Ben McDermott advancing down the pitch towards him, though.
No, I wonder what the next delivery is going to be, or what's going to happen with McDermott. Maybe he's going to be sat on the back foot here.
12 without loss. Cast to McDermott off the back foot. It's steered down towards the third man boundary. McDermott gets through for 1. He moves on to 10. And Lancashire Lightning are 13 without loss. Just have a look at the other game in the group. Derbyshire have already beaten Leicestershire Foxes in the North Group. Yorkshire Notts are the top 2 in the division. Yorkshire 193 all out. Notts 32 without loss in reply. And the top 2 sides. Pass in.
Oh,
he cleared mid on. He has. Salt will get 4. That'll spin and run up towards the boundary rope. Casey Aldridge, a big lad at mid on, but he got enough to clear him.
Yeah, he just got enough on.
Head over to lancastv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
Over mid on as it run away for 4 runs. Score moves on to 17 for none off 2 overs. Salt on 7 off 6, and McDermott 10 off 6.
A reminder for you as to how it all is setting up if you're just joining our coverage across Lancs TV or across the BBC. Must swim for both these 2 sides to give themselves a chance of qualifying. A win wouldn't be certain of it. They'd still need a bit of help from elsewhere, but if Lancashire can chase these runs down, and if Essex fail to beat Surrey, then Lancashire are through. Here's Potts in and bowls. McDermott off the back foot. Plays a square drive up towards the point boundary. Moves on to 11, 18 without loss.
124 runs to win from 107 deliveries. And Lancashire have made a good start, a positive start to their batting innings. 18 for none off 2.1.
With Salt back on strike. Potts to Salt. That's flashed out again through the offside for a single. Towards the point boundary for 1. Salt moves on to 8. Lancashire Lightning 19 without loss. Test match at Lords, England 67 for 5. It's been a pretty brutal few days for England's women.
Today, day 3, is it?
Day 3, yeah. Potts to McDermott.
Oh!
Tries to ramp it and ramps it straight down the throat of Bryden Carse. And McDermott departs and Potts strikes early on. McDermott out for 11 and Lancashire Lightning are 19 for 1 in the third. It's a good catch actually, wasn't it, from Carse? It looked a little bit awkward though, the way it came to him.
It went with pace and at an awkward height, didn't it?
Yeah.
Nice good catch on the edge of the ring at short fine leg. And McDermott departs. And in walks Mr. Livingston.
Indeed he does. Indeed he does. Liam Livingston. He bowled beautifully. He's been batting pretty outstandingly well in the last few weeks.
Every time he puts that Lancashire rose on, certainly this season, I think he's performed superbly well with the bat. He's been powerful, he's timed the ball, he's made impact, he's worked the gaps, he's rotated strike. I think he's played really, really well. And his bowling and his catching have been of the highest order too.
There's Matthew Potts from the Anderson end, balls to Livingston. Bottom edge as it bounces back towards Potts. And there's no run. Just to put that into context, the England women's score in the test match. India declared in their second innings on 341 for 7 declared. So England 70 for 5. 387 more runs for them to win it. India are 5 wickets away from victory in the test match. Mentioned earlier Sophie Eccleston, Lancashire's Sophie Eccleston picking up 5 wickets for England. Potts to Livingston, that's run down towards short third. Tumbling stop from Ben Rain, and there's no addition to the score. 19 for 1. And Livingston's on still on naught. So Potts with the first breakthrough for Durham. He's striding back to his mark, and he'll come hustling back in again to complete this third over. Well, that'll be a wide. Yeah. It's too far wide. He'll have to bowl that again. Score moves on to 20 for 1. Well, he was saying the batter's moving around a bit, but nice wide. Yeah. Too many complaints with that. Potts is here again. Oh, Livingston mistimes the shot, trying to muscle it out towards the leg side. It's picked up by McKinney at mid-on. It's a good over that by Matthew Potts. Just
head over to lancastv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights,
see there.
and more.
Paul, quite a bit of batting to come.
Yeah, certainly is some batting to come there. Phil Salt still in the middle. Livingston out there too. Khan, Hurst. Joe Moore's good young batter coming through, and Tom Hartley strikes the ball nicely given the opportunity. So still some batting to come, still some depth to come. I just watched that last delivery that Liam Livingston placed and mistimed. It's not now the easiest pitch to time your shots on, so really important that Lancashire go about this in the right way, I think. Still looking to be positive, but play properly.
Left arm spin from Callum Parkinson. Salt off the back foot and just nudge it away into the onside for a single. 21 for 1. It's blowing a bit, isn't it? The wind is it's pretty strong. It's pushing into Parkinson's right-hand side. So Livingston wants to hit with the wind, and it's the boundary in the offside. You can see the covers on the flapping around in the distance on top of the hover cover. Windy day. Easy single just tucked into the onside by Livingston to get him off the mark.
So if you look at the field, you've got deep mid wicket out there, haven't you? Still in the power play. You've got all the offside field up, so there's no way he wants to give any room at all to Livingston outside that off stump. We do have a long off. He's just angling into leg stump here.
To McDermott and sorry, into Salt rather than and just drops it into the onside, and a bit of a carbon copy really. Plenty inside the field on the offside. 4 fielders inside the circle there. Short fine leg in place as well. Again, as Paul Shaw described, that's angling in towards Liam Livingston. And there's no run. Down the pitch comes Livingston, clears mid-on this time. And is it 1 bounce and 4? It is, just the other side of the rope, so it bounces and spins over the rope. Hopefully not into the flames. It's gone for 4. Livingston moves to 5, 27 for 1 now.
See, the thing is here with Parkinson being really consistent with his angles and his delivery, it becomes predictable too.
Into Livingston off the back foot.
So Livingston knows what he's trying to do, and he's seen him do it so many times, so therefore it becomes
head over to lancetv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
It's the last ball, wasn't it? Looking for the ball prior to that. Liquid refreshment, few snacks.
That's a jazzy shirt, that, isn't it?
Very jazzy, yes.
Blue and pink flowery number. Potts over number 2 for him. 4 overs in here. Lancashire Lightning 27 for 1, targets 142. Potts to Salt.
Oh.
He might get away with it. There's a couple running back towards the boundary. He has. In fact, he might go for 4. It has. It went a mile in the air off the mistimed pull shot, the top edge. It flew over the keeper. For a second, we thought maybe he was going to be caught. In the end, he's gone for 4.
It's a quick delivery from Potts, and it's probably done for pace there. Probably been done slightly for pace, Salt, but the ball runs for 4. The score moves on to 31 for 1. Salt's on 14 from 10.
Potts to Salt. Swing and a miss through to the keeper. There's no run. When you watch Salt's reaction when he hit that previous shot, I think he thought he was going.
Yeah. Yeah,
he kind of, the body language was, oh, I think that might be me done. Yeah, just landed safely in the end and beyond each of the Durham fielders. And then to rub salt into the wounds. Yeah, it spins over the rope and goes for 4. 31 for 1. Potts in again to Salt.
Shot.
That's 4. Hammers that away through extra cover. Races over the rope. Salt moves to 18. Lancashire now 35 for 1.
Yeah, good shot this again. Slightly short from Potts, and Salt just allows this ball to come on, and it's under his eyes pretty much. And it's a really well-timed shot through extra cover for 4 runs, which moves Salt on a little bit further to 18 off 12. The score 35 for 1.
Halfway through the 5th. Potts to Salt. leans back in frustration as he attempts to cut the ball, but in the end plays underneath it and through to the keeper.
Well, like it bounced a little, that ball, didn't it? But it bounced a little higher than Salt thought it would. I'm not sure.
Bit of frustration as he leaning back, looking towards the skies. Potts back in. Just drops it into the offside. There's a bit of there's a bit of yes, no, and in the end there's a fumble. There's a fumble in the field, and they do get through for one. And the score to 36 for one. That Ben Rain won't want to look back on too quickly. Salt moves on to 19. All right, Potts is pointing out towards the leg side boundary. We want an extra fielder on that boundary. He does. He wants a deep mid-wicket in place. Hitting out there is hitting with a pretty strong wind. But fallen straight from Potts and driven to mid-off, where Casey Aldridge fields, and there's no run. So 5 overs are gone.
Head over to lancastv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
Certainly has. And calm at the moment. Is it the calm before the storm? Who knows? What did you say? The score is 36 for 1. 15 overs left of this T20 fixture. Current run rate is 7.20, required run rate is 7.07, and Lancashire currently require 106 to win from 90 deliveries.
And here's Cast back in from the Statham end, again just tucked into the onside by Salt. It might be worth a couple for him this time. No, just one. As he clips it away to square leg. Salt moves on to 20, 37 for 1. That's the final T20 Blast fixture here at Emirates Old Trafford this season. Lancashire are hoping it's not their final T20 Blast fixture, but they will be away from home should they qualify, if they qualify. Still got to score these runs first. 105 more required. This is the final over of the power play. Cars bowls and Livingston just leans back and guides it down off the face of the bat. Fielded by Parkinson at short third man. And there's no run. Both batters come down to have a little chat. Brief conversation between Phil Salt and Liam Livingston. There's a few runs out there for Lancashire at the minute, aren't they, with Livingston and Salt? Goodness. So,
certainly are.
International feel about the two batters in the middle. Livingston's on 5. Here's Cars. And that's ramped beautifully by Liam Livingston for 6, I think. Skips across the stumps and ramps it over his shoulder down towards the boundary at fine leg for 6. Livingston moves to 11, 43 for 1.
Some shot this, isn't it? Cast ball in the pace he is. Livingston down on one knee. Moves across his stumps, and look at this for a contact.
Ben Rain confirms it went for 6.
Great shot there. Also the bravery. Cast is bowling quick, isn't it?
43 for 1. Cast to Livingston, full and straight. Livingston drives through the offside. Up towards Nathan Souter on the point boundary. Livingston moves to 12. Lancashire 44 for 1. Brings Salt on strike.
Lancashire now requiring 98 to win from the 86 remaining deliveries.
Yeah, got down to double figures. For the loss of the 1 wicket as well, so excellent start with the bat here for Lancashire.
Oh,
that's runs for Salt. 4 of them. Swung up and over mid-off and down towards the boundary. Salt to 24 and Lancashire Lightning are 48 for 1.
Good shot this from Salt. Cask is slightly over-pitched. Salt waits and hits this ball down the ground over mid-off with good control. Yeah, slightly over-pitched. Salt just puts his hands through the ball. Not massive footwork in terms of movement. Give himself a good base and just flow of his hands and the bat through the ball and over the top of mid-off.
Cast a Salt. Step to the leg side, runs it down towards the third man boundary. And he did come back for 2. And that brings up the 50 as well for Lancashire Lightning.
Head over to lankstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights.
Yes, Durham were 41 for 3 in their power play, and a little bit further down the line after 10 there was 62 for 5. So 41 for 3 from Durham, players 50 for 1, and the power play from Lancashire.
Yeah, well in control here. Lancashire Lightning. Lanky, the mascot's proving popular. They're queuing for autographs. They're queuing for autographs.
Very, very popular.
Oh, he's
very popular.
He's the star of the show, really.
He does well signing autographs, doesn't he?
Does do well. Don't know.
Handwriting, incredibly neat.
Right, here's Ben Rain. Well, he was Ben Rain. And then something's caught the eye of Liam Livingston behind the bowler's arm. There's someone moving about. Rain coming in from the Sir James Anderson end, the pavilion end of the ground here. Outfield bathed in sunshine. Beautiful sunny Sunday afternoon. Here's Rain to Livingston. Runners out off the face of the bat. Tumbling stop at short third man by Callum Parkinson. Livingston gets through for 1. Moves on to 30. Lancashire 51 for 1. Brings Phil Salt back on strikes. He's looking out towards the leg side as well. He sees a long on and a deep mid wicket and a deep backward square leg. Rain to Salt. He's gone leg side and he's got all of it and then some. 3 or 4 rows back into the temporary stand. 6 for Salt. He moves to 32. It's 57 for 1.
As you were saying, Scott, he was eyeing that boundary up, wasn't he? He's noticing that the wind, the breeze, the very strong breeze is helping the flight of the ball and carrying the ball, and he's certainly targeted that side of the ground. It's a great contact. Just picks it up off a length and the ball gets up and just keeps going with the breeze and keeps going and keeps going and goes into the party stand.
57 for 1. Rain to Salt. So defended into the offside and there's no run.
That party stand's fairly quiet today.
It's quiet, isn't it? Yeah. It wasn't quiet on Friday, was it?
It wasn't. It was bouncing on Friday night. Absolutely bouncing.
I think we had the Teletubbies in there on Friday, didn't we?
We did. We did.
Lovely to see them.
Chris spent some time with them, didn't he? I think he went across and had a conversation.
32 to Salt. Rain in and balls to the England man. I think about 1 as it's deflected down towards short fine leg. But there's no run.
Just a reminder of the scores. 57 for 1. And Salt's on 32 from 20. Livingston 13 from 12. 85 runs required from the 80 remaining deliveries.
Yes, at the minute feels like it's under control. In saying that, Salt's been bowled. Rain gets one to sneak through. Phil Salt can't quite believe it. He's gone for 32 and Lancashire have lost their second wicket. 57 for 2, leaving Phil Salt down on one knee in disbelief that he's just been bowled.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether that ball's nipped back, kept low, or he's got an inside edge on it. Not sure, couldn't quite see. One thing's for sure, it's certainly a wicket. He's just dragged that, hasn't he? Just run his fingers over the ball, it's just held in the pitch, nipped back slightly. Salt's gone for it, going inside edge onto the stumps. Good ball in there from the experienced Rain. He's done this for many years, hasn't he? In all formats of the game. Very experienced performer. Picks up the big wicket of Phil Salt, which brings the captain to the crease, Keaton Jennings. Our Lancashire captain will be wanting to bring in a stump at the end. He'll be wanting to be there at the end for this Lancashire team.
Yeah, an unusual role for him as well, batting at forward. Often see him batting in this position, but 3 heavyweights above him. Keeper standing up as Rain comes around the wicket to the left-hander Jennings, and that's played nicely away through the offside. And there is 1 run. Is that the end of the over? It is.
Head over to lancastv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights.
7 gone, and T-shirt time again. I think this has been as popular today as I think I've ever seen it. The demand for T-shirts. As they get lobbed in towards the crowd. 58 for 2.
Good to see so many youngsters here today, isn't it? Families, friends, all ages. It's fantastic to see. They're the next generations. Lancashire's job is to inspire the next generations to love this great game of ours and grow up with the same passion as we all have. So, a good performance here.
Nathan Souter into the attack.
Oh, he's just got an outside edge on that.
He has. He's going to run the way down towards the boundary. It might even go for 4. It has. Well, the edge, Souter's reaction, he's found the edge of Jennings' bat, but in the end it's flashed down to the rope at 3rd man for 4.
It certainly has, and force 4, isn't it, in the book? So it's not where Jennings intended at all, but it's found its way to the boundary, which moves Lancashire onto 62 for 2, requiring 80 more runs.
Off the back foot this time, Jennings, and just calmly nudges the ball out towards square leg for a single. 63 for 2. Sports Extra 2 listeners have just joined us as well, with Lancashire 142, their target to win the game. Viewers across Lancashire TV, we're on BBC Radio Lancashire as well for this final group game. Both sides have to win and then look elsewhere for some help a little bit later on this evening. Lancashire been set 142 to win. They bowled beautifully. And there's Livingston, who's on 13, defends to cover, and there's no run. And without Colin Ackerman, well, Durham's innings would have gone nowhere. He scored an unbeaten 66 in that 141. Souter to Livingston, down the pitch he comes. Sorry, to Jennings, down the pitch. I was right first time. He comes, and it's deflected away by Liam Livingston out towards the offside. Got a bit of bat on that? He did. He's got a run for it. It takes Livingston to 14.
Just a slight inside edge onto the pad, wasn't it?
Brings Jennings on strike.
Oh,
he's gone for the LBW appeal as Souter, as Jennings rocks onto his front foot, hits the pad. Slightly solitary appeal though, wasn't it, from Nathan Souter?
Yes, it certainly was. There is an experienced customer, Souter. He's played a fair bit of franchise cricket, and quite a skillful bowler, quite shrewd bowler. So he'll be fancying the opportunity this afternoon to see if he can peg back Lancashire by taking a couple of wickets.
Jennings takes a single to square leg, moves on to 7, 65 for 2. That's the end of the 8th over, so 8 overs in, 65 for 2.
Head over to lancastv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights.
66 from Colin Ackerman was the clear standout for Durham. Lancashire's bowling, everybody contributed. 3 wickets for Mahmood, 3 for Shadab Khan, but just a very good all-round performance with the ball. And then Lancashire have lost a couple of wickets. Phil Salt, bowled by Ben Rain, ball that just nipped back in, and he dragged it back onto his stump, so he looked to try and sweep it. But Salt going for 32, and the first out was Ben McDermott. Wicket for Rain, one for Potts, but Livingston and Jennings are batting here. Feels like Lancashire have nicely in control, but you're never quite sure in these games, I guess, are you? This is turned into the onside by Jennings, fielded by Salter, and there's no run.
Yeah, you're never quite sure, because a couple of wickets here all of a sudden changes the situation in the game, doesn't it? You always say on Geoffrey Boycott saying, add a couple of wickets to the score. Changes the complexion completely.
Well, you've dug out a Boycott reference. There's Rain.
Another bouncy lad.
There we go. To Jennings, that's driven into the offside, and there's no run. 65 for 2. Was Barnsley bouncing last night with the England game?
Oh, absolutely it was. Yeah, I think the town was lively. Oh, that wasn't in town, but at the time I heard the town was lively. Supporting the England team.
Rain to Jennings, and he drives that through mid-off for a single. Jennings moves on to 8. 66 for 2.
Rain's just trying to get the best or as much out of the pitch as he possibly can by bowling little slower balls, little cutters. Bowled 2 or 3 this over for sure, and both Livingston and Jennings are having to be a little bit watchful of how they're playing the experienced Rain, who's got 1 for 9 off his 1.3 so far.
There's the keeper crouching right up behind the stumps with Liam Livingston on strike. Rain to Livingston, flicked away towards the leg side for a single. Livingston to 15, 67 for 2. Jennings on strike. It's risk-free, isn't it, from Lancashire Lightning at the minute? Nudging the ball here and there and taking 1s and 2s. It is effectively a run of ball they need. Oh, it's down the leg side. It's a magnificent stop from the keeper. I mean, it's a sensational piece of wicket keeping. It is a wide, but wow. How has he got to that, Ollie Robinson?
Brilliant bit of work, wasn't it? That is wide. Great bit of work. Fantastic. Saved a definite boundary there, hasn't it?
Ah, we've got someone just peering around from behind the sight screen again. We had this the other night, didn't we?
Yeah. Certainly did.
At least he was wearing a black t-shirt. On Friday night, it was a pink t-shirt, wasn't it? Here is Rain in balls again to
Slower
Jennings.
ball. Again.
Oh, he's going to get a single. It's just got underneath extra cover. Jennings moves to 9. 69 for 2. Yeah, he's bowled well, hasn't he, Ben Rain? In this second over. It's a wee bit expensive in his first, but a little subtle change of pace.
Lots of off cutters with the odd leg cutter. Have another look here.
Rain to Livingston. Yeah, he's not perhaps got the timing he was hoping for. He's again pushed it out towards wide, long off for a single. It's the end of the over, so 9 gone. And it's
head over to lankstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
Both batters just leaning on their bat and looking up towards the scoreboard. I mean, it just feels like Lancashire have it all under control, but so you don't really want to second guess these things too often, do you? It can change quickly.
It's a funny old game, isn't it? Aye. Number of times I've seen situations like this, and all of a sudden there's a twist or two. Hopefully there'll be no twist.
We don't want any twists.
No twist at all. We want a nice, smooth, strong finish to this game.
That's exactly
with a couple of overs remaining, with these two still in the middle.
Sounds like a walk in the park. Sounds lovely. It's a little bit of a delay. I think there's a few running repairs for Nathan Souter. Been enjoying a bit of living on a prayer, being belted around the ground.
Quite apt. Good bowler Souter. Let's see how he goes in his second over.
He went for 7 off his first over, but he's a tricky customer to get away. Livingston looking to cut it, but Playing a miss and through to the keeper.
Looked like it kept a bit low, that, didn't it?
Livingston got his leg break spinning, didn't he, with earlier on in the day. Little drop and go by Liam Livingston. That's cute, isn't it? Just a little push into the offside and through for a single.
Good cricket, isn't it? Shows good awareness from both Livingston and Jennings. They're on the same wavelength, which is good. As you said earlier, it's just slightly above one a ball. Keep rotating, putting the loose one away, and then you do it relatively low risk.
Souter to Jennings this time. Again, calmly, carefully onto the front foot and just taps it back towards the bowler. And there's again no run. Souter starts once more, kind of bounces from right foot to left. And then twirls his way in. Run out through the offside by Jennings. Tumbling stop from Callum Parkinson. And there's no run. 71 for 2. Souter to Jennings, that's swept. Past the square leg umpire. Down to Graham Clark on the boundary. Jennings moves to 10. And it's 72 for 2. One ball remaining of the 10th over. Okay, there's a little routine here for Souter. This little gentle rock from right foot to left.
Oh,
He's got him through. He has. Souter strikes. Livingston's bowled for 17. And Lancashire Lightning lose their 3rd wicket. 72 for 3 after
Head
10.
over to lankstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
Quite tell, but certainly looked a good delivery.
Yeah, with the way that he's played it, I think maybe actually it has come back in, hasn't it, and gone past the edge of Livingston's bat. Let's have a look here. Oh, he dragged it back onto his stumps.
Dragged it back on, yeah, he's dragged it back on. Just did come back slightly, didn't it? And that's why it's caught the inside half of Livingston's bat and dragged back onto the off stump, I think, onto the middle stump actually.
I think bat front pad or foot and then ricochets back, I think.
He's a shrewd operator, Souter, you know, he's a good cricketer. Add another wicket to this, all of a sudden it just gets a little bit, not wobbly as such, because they've got some real depth, haven't they, but Durham are trying to get themselves back into this game. 72 for 3, 10 overs gone.
Well, it's the old boycott, isn't it, as you said? Stick a couple on.
Yeah. Just as a comparison, the same stage of the game, Durham was 62 for 5, Lancashire 72 for 3.
Don't panic. It's Parkinson to Jennings. And Shadab was keen to get on strike. He calls his captain through. Single for Jennings, so he moves on to 11, 73 for 3.
Now we know when Shadab's in play, things normally happen.
Yes. Tends to get a bit lively, doesn't it? He's calmly on this occasion. Just drops it out towards the leg side. Through for 1. 74 for 3. 2 balls into the 11th. Parkinson bowls. He wants the LBW. He's absolutely convinced. He's Parkinson. He's pleading once and twice and maybe even a 3rd time, and then he's in absolute disbelief that he's not got the LBW decision, Callum Parkinson. I mean, it's a fantastic appeal with full of energy and commitment.
Outside the line, innit? That's what Jennings will be saying, I'm outside the line.
It's a brilliant appeal.
What are you running
Parkinson
around at? I'm outside the line.
74 for 3. Balls again. Jennings meets it and whips it out towards the onside for a single. 75 for 3. I mean, that's one of the great appeals. That. I mean, that's right up there, isn't it? I mean, he's gone once and then twice. I think he even went back for kind of a third time.
Still chatting around it now, isn't he?
He's chuntering away. Shadab on strike. Parkinson. Balls to Shadab, just dropped into the offside, no run. Filled up by Alex Lees, whose team are doing all they can to try and hang in the game here and see if they can emulate what Lancashire's spinners did earlier on in the day. Parkinson balls again. And there'll be a single here, worked out through the offside for 1. That is the end of the over. So 11 gone, 76 for 3. For viewers on Lancs TV, we are heading outside.
Head over to lancstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
We'll round it up as it stands at 76 for 3, 11 overs gone. So the equation's 66 runs to win from the remaining 9 overs. There's Mustache Cam on Lancs TV at the minute, and it's Lanky that's it's on the end of it. Never looked better there, Lanky. Terrific. Right, 66 to win, 54 balls left. And it will be spin to continue. Souter in, balls nudged away by Shadab. There's no run.
We might just have a game on here, Scott.
Trying to ignore that possibility. 76 for 3. Shadab's on 2. Souter twirls in again, balls. He plays it late, just trying to steer it down towards backward point.
See, again, when there's not much pace on, it doesn't look easy to get away, does it?
Does not. Spin could be the key here. And then the change-ups from Rain, them kind of off-cutters that he's been sending down as well.
Yeah, shot.
Oh, he's got that away. The reverse sweep from Shadab out towards the boundary, and it's gone for 4. It's a fine effort to try and cut it off. Diving effort from Casey Aldridge, but a really, really nice reverse sweep from Shadab.
Terrific shot this, terrific shot, terrific execution. Tell you what, some shot that. The power he's got in that. Great effort by the fielder out there on the boundary, but really well timed. 80 for 3, 62 to win from 51 balls.
It's a full-on belly flop from Casey Aldridge, wasn't it? Trying to stop it. Almost did. It was a fine effort. It's a good shot. 4 just helps to try and ease a little bit of the tension that Durham are trying to build up here. Single for Shadab off the back foot. Punch down to mid-on for 1. 81 for 3.
And just a reminder, Lancashire still do have 7 wickets in hand and require 61 from the 50 deliveries that remain in this game.
Sancho's got 2 balls left of his 3rd over. Jennings gets the sweep out as well this time. Graham Clark on the boundary fields. End of the over, no 1 ball left. Shadab back on strike. 7 from 7. Shadab Khan. Souter in his own time, going through his little process before he's in and bowling. Up and over mid-off, down towards the boundary, bouncing safe. For a moment it looked like maybe it was going to go right down the throat of Ben McKinney, but it did bounce to his left and in front of him, so Shadab can come back for 2. End of the
Head over to lancstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
Not a great deal in it at the minute.
No, there's not much in it, just the Lancashire haven't quite lost as many wickets, have they? And that's the key. They've still got 7 wickets in the 10, whereas Durham had lost more wickets. But in terms of score, the score is not that different at all, is it? But Lancashire, again, with the wickets in the 10, are in a good position. But it's important that they play this situation well and keep the risk relatively low.
Callum Parkinson's 4th and final over begins, and it gets Jennings onto his front foot, and he just drops it into the onside for a single.
Oh,
I might think about coming back for 2. There's another little fumble in the field, but just the one. 85 for 3. So 57 to win. 47 balls left. Yeah, it's the wickets in hand, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the difference. That's the difference in comparison to where Durham were.
Parkinson to Shadab. He goes right back and just trying to find a gap through the offside, fielded by Alex Lees.
Shadab's trying to work him past extra cover over there, but I'm wondering whether he's going to go with the angle and try and hit the gap between, if you like, deep mid-wicket and long on.
It's Parkinson to Shadab. He has nudged it out towards that.
That is 2. That is 2.
Well, they're just in the end run 1.
Idea's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Just kind of pushing it almost to the edge of the circle and trying to come back for 2.
Yeah, I think that's a safe thing to do because there's been no mid-wicket in. Okay, mid-wicket's out there. There's no one in short. So on the angle that Parkinson's bowling, you can just lean on that and go for that gap. Now they're bringing mid-wicket in. Obviously, because we've got the left-handed Jennings here. But it's a fairly safe, low risk. So you keep going at 2s, bring one in, then clip it over the top.
Parkinson set off, but something caught the eye of Keaton Jennings behind the bowler, so he has to go trudging back to his mark. 86 for 3, Lancashire Lightning. Parkinson bowls and swept again by Jennings to the leg side. Souterfields. Jennings gets a single. Takes him to 15. Shadab back on strike. They do drop mid-wicket back towards the boundary. There's a deep point, long off, long on. Hits it back over the bowler's head. That really is clubbed down the ground. That's 6 for Shadab. He's all action, isn't he?
He is.
He moves to 16, 93 for 3.
Terrific cricket, all action cricketer. He's got hold of that one, hasn't he? A little bit full. It just hits through the line of this. He hits this hard. Yeah, fast hands through that ball. Nice and straight over the boundary. For 6 runs, the score moves on to 93 for 3. And 43 balls remaining, 49 runs required. There we go. Good cricket. It's good cricket.
He just tucks it away to the onside for a single. You're a big fan of that, aren't you? You love that, don't you? Yeah. 6 and then a single, or a 4 then a single.
I like smart cricket for sure. They've taken the risk. They've got ahead of the game in this over. Now milk it. Now milk it and play really good smart cricket, and then start again the next over. If you get ahead of the game in the next over, brilliant.
Head over to lankstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
Shut Up Car's got 17 of 12.
Yep. He's the holder of the fastest T20 for Lancashire, Shadab Khan. Just 19 balls in the game against Derbyshire a few weeks ago. Doesn't quite need to play that kind of swashbuckling approach here all the time, but I've already seen him hit a big hit for 6 in the last over. Oh, and that's up and over point.
No.
And caught. Gets it over the man inside the circle at point. He can't quite believe he's picked out Graham Clark. Clark takes the catch. And Lancashire Lightning lose a 4th wicket. 94 for 4. Shadab departs for 17.
Yeah, Shadab Khan will be disappointed with that. He's got himself into a good place, playing some good cricket, and he's just hit this straight down the throat of deep cover. Let's have a little look. Give himself room. Slapped it over the infield. The only person out on the boundary. On the offside, Graham Clark, and he's found him on the cover boundary. Straight to him. 94 for 4.
Matty Hurst comes out to join Keaton Jennings.
Well, Matty Hurst played really well the other. When did it? Against Derbyshire.
Derbyshire, yeah.
Didn't he? Played really well and did a job against Yorkshire. It was 2 on Friday. Good cricketer, Matty Hurst. I like the way he goes about his business. And again, right-hander coming in to accommodate the left-hander Keaton Jennings, so might just put a little bit of pressure on bowlers with their lines. So hopefully he gets a few that he can put away early on, and so does Keaton Jennings. 48 required of 41 balls.
Yep, with 6 wickets remaining. Durham are hanging on in there. They're in the game, certainly. 6 wickets in hand and 40 to win from 40 balls. You're kind of back in the batting side, aren't you? But they're in the match still, Durham here, trying to make their 140 feel like an awful lot more runs. Here is Bryden Carse. Bowls to Hurst. It's down the leg side. He's appealing for a caught down the leg side, but it's just brushing some part of Matthew Hurst. It's been given as a leg bye. It's 95 for 4. As we said before, it's perhaps not quite the pace of the pitch that we saw on Friday when Lancashire were scoring 200.
Yeah, a little bit more tricky. It's just a bit slower, isn't it, now, the pitch? And as we say, it's just gripping, so therefore holding a bit.
Jennings is waiting for Bryden Carse. And that'll again be down the leg side.
So that means with the ball just holding in the pitch, it's not coming through quite as true as it did against Yorkshire on Friday evening, and so a little bit more difficult to time.
Salt's at 32, coming off 21 deliveries. A top score for Durham as Colin Ackerman's 66. Boy, he worked hard for those runs as well. Not a great deal of help from the other end. Carse again down the leg side. It's another wide. To bowl it again, Bryden Carse. 45 to win. 40 balls left. Just struggling with his line here, Carse.
Yeah, he's just pushing it down. This is a challenge. Sometimes you got the right hand, left hand partnership. Keep having to change lines. Can throw some ballers out.
It's the tall left-hander Keaton Jennings who's waiting. Carse in balls. Jennings comes down the pitch and hammers that away through the offside. And it's gone for 4 to the right of mid-off and down towards the boundary. Well, the over starts for the wicket, but it's been a bit scrappy from there on in. 101 for 4 now.
Good shot this from Jennings. He advances down the pitch. The ball's dug in short, but because he's so tall, he's able to stand on his toes and hit that ball quite hard in between extra cover and mid-off for 4 runs, and that's 101 runs of just 81 deliveries.
Change of angle here around the wicket to Jennings. Under edge past the keeper. That'll run away. Well, that's 4. It could well have been an under edge back onto the stumps. In the end, it's worth 4. And Jennings moves to 23, and now it's 37 to win from 38 balls.
Yes, it quickly changes this game in 2 balls, doesn't it? It has 2 boundaries. A little bit lucky there. Jennings, it's a good delivery from Carse as he comes round the wicket, uses the angle, and angles this ball in. Oh, and Jennings has got an inside edge which has just missed off stump as he's almost dragged it on, goes past the Robinson, the keeper, for 4 runs.
Carse to Jennings. He takes a single. Little clip away towards the leg side for 1. And Jennings moves on to 24. So 106 for 4, Lancashire Lightning. With 1 ball left of the 14th over. Kids in the stand, I think, are gearing up for some more T-shirts. I wonder when Lanky's going to chuck a few T-shirts in there, I'm not sure, but... Last ball of the 14th over. He's back over the wicket to right-hander Hurst. This time is Carse. Rocks back and controlled pull shot away towards the leg side. And jogs through for 1. That is the end of the over. 14 gone.
Head over to lankstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream.
It is going to be like
highlights,
lobbing
more.
a few T-shirts into the crowd as well. He's the star of the show today. Kids are loving it. 107 for 4 here.
He signed more autographs and had more pictures taken today than Liam Livingston.
Yes, yeah. Liam who? I want Lanky's autograph.
Very famous in these parts, Lanky, isn't it?
Oh,
very
yeah,
famous.
absolutely.
You can't walk down the street, you know.
Not without being noticed.
Instantly recognisable, isn't he?
He is.
It's the red shirt.
Here is Souter bowling to Hurst. It's dropped into the offside. There's no run. He is. He cannot go anywhere, can he? Tough gig, actually, isn't it, to have that? Just constant reckoning.
Yeah.
People just hounding you all the time. 35 to win. 35 balls. Again, Hurst off the back foot. Doesn't quite time it. Bounces down off the bottom edge and taken by the keeper.
To be fair to Lanky, he does give the public his time, doesn't he? He's always, as I say, time for an autograph, a quick word, snack.
Souter to Hurst. Scooped up by Alex Lees at extra cover. There's no run.
He's up. Fitness fanatic, believes in keeping in good shape.
Souter to Matthew Hurst. Again, that's run away through the offside.
For 2 here.
And they're going to come back for 2. Throw comes in towards the keeper's end, and they've made 2.
Good running.
Yeah, very nicely done.
So 33 runs required from 32 balls. 6 wickets. Still in the tent as such.
Yeah, captain's out there as well, and Keaton Jennings. He's got Hurst alongside him. They've done well to turn this into 2 here.
Yeah, I like that. Good cricket, isn't it? Good cricket.
Souter, this is his final over as well. He's got a couple of deliveries to go.
Well played.
Hurst works it again into the onside. Just beyond the edge of the fielding circle at mid-wicket, and a single for Hurst. He's on to 4 now, 110 for 4. 32 to win, 31 balls left. Final ball coming up for Souter. 2 spinners will have been bowled out after this over from Souter. Parkinson's bowled 4 overs for 28. Souter has 1 ball remaining. He's into Keaton Jennings. Jennings takes a gentle single through the leg side and keeps the strike as well. So that completes the work done by Nathan
Head over
Souter.
to lankstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream,
5
highlights
overs remaining.
and more.
And that little period with spin from both ends, well, it's going to come to an end now. It's going to be over to the seamers once again. Carse has got 1 over left, Potts has got 2, and Rain has got 2. To complete it here for Durham. Delilah time. Maybe a quiet evening in tonight, Lanky, isn't he?
He's going to be exhausted tonight, isn't he? He's going to have to do.
Yeah, he's going to be goosed. Well, such is the need, perhaps, to try and keep pressure on with the spin here. Colin Ackerman is going to send down some off spin, driven by Jennings through mid-off for a single. Because they had to go to Ackerman. I know it's quite late in the day to go to Ackerman, but it's spin that's worked, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
112 for 4. Ackerman to Hurst. Tracks that away towards the deep mid-wicket boundary for a single. Souter fizzes one in towards the gloves of the keeper.
What I like about Keaton Jennings is no kid. He's normally bats at the top, doesn't he? more often than not. He's come in here, come at 4, play the situation, being the glue that holds the team together, and give them the best chance of getting over the line.
Drives through mid-off for a single, and that'll do. It's a run, a ball wins it for Lancashire Lightning. Yeah, it's not been kind of any sense of we have to do it a certain way. It's just about playing the game and trying to win it.
Yeah.
Just nudging the ball around, taking 1s and 2s, as Hurst has done there. There's been the odd boundary in there, of course. Salt in particular. But really calm approach with this run chase for Lancashire. Has been almost from the word go. And you'd almost expect Salt, McDermott, to kind of come out and tee off a little bit, but there's a calm approach as Jennings takes another single, pushing away to cover. Moves on to 28, 116 for 4. 1 ball left of the over. 26 required, 25 balls left. Ackerman did his part and then some with the bat. His team needed now to try something with the ball if he can. Dragged again to the leg side by Hurst.
Head over to lankstv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights,
a single, but
more.
A run off every ball there. So that's okay for Lancashire Lightning. 117 for 4.
Yeah, they'll be relatively happy where things are at the moment. They just keep knocking the ball around, staying slightly ahead of the run rate. And I'm sure he's back for another couple of overs, then they'll be looking to finish the game. Probably an over to spare. That's generally what teams look to do. 117 for 4 off 16 overs, so 25 runs required off the 24 remaining balls.
Ben Rain returns. Hurst on 7. Rain in and balls. Hurst down the ground towards long on, and he's caught. Ben McKinney takes the catch. And Rain picks up a wicket with the first ball of his 3rd over. Hurst goes for 7. And Lancashire Lightning are 5 down. 117 for 5. Still requiring 25 to win off 23 deliveries now.
See, that for me is disappointing. You know, there's long on, there's long off out there. Ben Rain, the experienced performers, come on. Ball keeps getting stuck in the pitch. Bowled a cutter. First ball, he just dragged it, hadn't he? Just dragged it. So I'd be thinking here, punch this down the ground. Anyway, it could have gone over the long on, and then all of a sudden there's a hero in there. But slightly disappointed with that as Joe Moores comes to the crease to join his captain, Keenan Jennings, who was on 28 off 25 deliveries.
Pace off, isn't it, from Ben Rain?
Just sticks in the pitch and you end up through your shot, don't you? Then you end up just dragging it. Your hands get slightly ahead of where you need to be, and you just, or the blade of the bat gets slightly ahead of your hands, and you just drag it.
Right, 117 for 5. So Moores waits, reins in and bowls, and he's playing and missing through to wicket-keeper Ollie Robinson. And there's no run, so a wicket and a dot ball to start the 17th over. Moores taps his bat, Rain turns, and he's in once more around the wicket to Moores. Full length ball which he drives along the ground through mid-off for a single. McKinney comes up from the boundary to field. Moores off the mark. 118 for 5.
He's done it again though, Rain, hasn't he? He's made the breakthrough, 2 for 14 of 2.3. He's experienced, wily performer.
He is again.
Sure.
Reverse lap from Jennings. It's a lovely shot, and it's a fine piece of fielding as well. Down below us by Bryden Cars. A big lad to get down there. He got down beautifully to his right to stop it. If he doesn't get fingers on that, again, that probably runs away for 4. So he saved 3 with that dive. 119 for 5. Joe Moores is back on strike. There's Rain to Moores. He goes on the reverse. And as he gone, they want the LBW, and they've got the LBW. Joe Moores departs. So he's gone for 1. Trapped LBW by Ben Rain, who's got 2 wickets in the over and has considered just 2 runs in the process. 119 for 6. Still requiring 23 with 19 balls remaining.
And Rain's done it again, 3 for 15, 2 wickets in this over. 2 wickets, taking the wicket off Hurst and the wicket off left-hander Joe Moores as he just came into bat and try and accelerate towards the total, but he's being judged LBW as he tries to reverse pull. Yeah. Good delivery, consistent, and there goes another wicket. 119 for 6. This is a twist in the tail. 2 wickets in this over. It's never straightforward, is it?
Never is it? Never is. You're pulling your hair out as a coach in T20 cricket.
That's why I'm going a little bit thin now. A number of times I've pulled my hair out. When I go to the barber's now, I say, can you stick me a bit on?
23 needed, 19 balls left, and Tom Hartley's the new batter. 2 wickets in the over. Ben Rain 3 for 15. Keeping Durham absolutely in the game. In and balls to Hartley. Straight delivery, which Hartley defends. Superb over. Brilliant from Ben Rain. And they've got Ackerman.
Head over
again
to lancastv.co.uk right now to get full coverage
3
of
overs
every
to go.
live stream, highlights.
It's must win for both these sides. Don't ask what happens with a tie. I've no idea. I don't think a tie does anybody any good. I think it's a must win. 23 runs required for Lancashire Lightning to do just that.
Off just 18 deliveries, so that over from Rain is really, what's the word? Put the cat amongst the pigeons, let's say. Probably the term. Someone's enjoying the music.
Yeah, he's giving it plenty, this fella here in the crowd. He likes that one, doesn't he?
He does.
He was belting that one out, wasn't he? He was right into that song. Not going to go with Ackerman, they're going with Potts.
Pace on, interesting, isn't it?
Well, let's see if this is a potential moment that might just swing things back towards Lancashire. Potts in to Jennings. Jennings clubs it down the ground but doesn't get a hold of it. Will it bounce safely? It does. He gets away with it, Keaton Jennings. Bouncing just in front of Ben McKinney, who couldn't quite make up the ground, and they get through for a single.
That was close, wasn't it? High up the back, that.
Ooh, that's a wicket that would have given Durham an enormous boost to the back of the Lancashire captain. Hartley's on strike. Potts in, balls to Hartley. That's run down towards third man for a single. 21 needed. 16 deliveries to go. 121 for 6. They've done really well here, Durham.
They've clawed themselves back into this game, haven't they?
And looking even more absolutely crucial, the innings that Ackerman made. They're nowhere near in this position without those runs from Colin Ackerman earlier on, but they've bowled brilliantly as well. Here's Potts to Jennings. Full and straight and driven down the ground, bouncing up towards McKinney. And Jennings scrambles through for 1, so he moves on to 31. 20 needed, 15 deliveries to go. He's predicted, Paul, that it probably will go down to the wire, and that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, he just looked as the pitch is just getting that little bit older. Look to watch the women's game, watching this one, you just think it's going to be tight.
Potts to Hartley, angled into the Lancashire batter and tucked into the onside for a single.
You got 2 highly competitive teams, 2 good sides. needing to win to give themselves any chance of going through towards the quarterfinals. You've got a slightly deteriorating pitch, still a decent pitch, it's getting slow and low. It's difficult to score. Low scoring games are generally pretty tight.
Low scoring thriller. Nobody wants a low scoring thriller.
At least of all us.
Oh dear, 123 for 6, 19 to win, 14 balls left. Jennings on strike, Potts in, balls, full toss, he's hit it down towards mid-off where Casey Aldridge scrambles away to his right to stop it. But again, from where we are in this elevated position, it looked like he sent it straight to Casey Aldridge, not helped by your reaction. Jennings to 32, 124 for 6. So 18 to win, 13 balls remaining. Potts. He's in around the wicket and he's bowling to Hartley. And that's a single which he slaps up to mid-on where McKinney fields and there's no run.
Head over to lancetv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
Where Lancashire Lightning are taking on Durham in the final group of the game of the North Group. Must win for both sides. If Durham win, then they'll be looking at Surrey Essex later on. Likewise for Lancashire, if they get these further 17 runs, it will keep them in the competition for at least a few hours longer until the match at the Oval's concluded later on this evening. Jennings on 32 and Hartley on 3. It will be Ben Rain. 3 for 15 for Rain from his 3 overs. Rain to Hartley, up and over extra cover. It'll be worth a couple, that. And comes round for 2. Hartley moves on to 7. Correction onto 5, and it's 15 to win off 11. On to 7 for 6. Here comes Rain. Bowls. Hartley gives himself a bit of space and then able to chop it out into the offside for 1 run. 128 for 6. When it gets to these moments, what kind of makes the difference? What can be the difference in these situations when it's so close like this?
A calm and clear mind, in control of what you're doing each ball at a time, and pick the ball that you can strike, rotate the rest, hit the one you can strike. And it's just been really clear and as clinical as possible from a bowling perspective, getting the ball in the right area as often as you can. 1 ball at a time, not get carried away thinking about the next ball or the next ball, delivering that ball there and then exactly as you want it.
Rain
like that
to Jennings, that's onto his pad and it just balloons out towards the onside. It's a leg by. Jennings remains on 32. The score moves to 129 for 6. So a calm, clear mind is required.
Calm, clear mind, having real clarity on what it is you want to try and do.
Rain in. Hartley, oh, he's bowled him. Rain gets his 4th wicket. Hartley's been bowled for 6. And Lancashire Lightning are 7 down. And Rain and Durham well and truly believe this is on for them now. Still requiring 13 to win, but they keep chipping away.
They do. They've been tremendous, haven't they, in terms of the never give in. Nice and full. The angle in into middle and off by Rain. Again. Into off stump, wasn't it? Try and hit that. Yorker, wasn't it?
Yep.
Good delivery.
Superb.
When you look at skill execution, that's great, isn't it? Credit where credit's due, well bowled.
He's been brilliant, hasn't he, Ben Rain? 4 for 18. Keep an eye on the cut-off time, actually, but Rain is into to Wood. Wood cuts that away through the offside for a single. 130 for 7. Should be okay, yeah. Cut-off time is 29 minutes past 6. It's 27 minutes past. We've got one more ball to bowl, so they'll be fine with that. This is the final ball for Ben Rain today. He's done his bit with the ball, that is for certain. 4 for 19. Jennings on strike. Jennings clubs it down the ground, up towards long, off. It's cut off on the boundary. Jennings wants to come back for 2 and does. End of the over.
Head over to lancastv.co.uk right now to get full coverage of every live stream, highlights and more.
We shall bid you farewell. What do you reckon? Lancashire win?
I don't know.
Fair enough. Too close to call, isn't it?
It is very close.
Thank you, Paul. So 6 deliveries left, 10 to win it. Of course, we could have a tie, which doesn't do anything for anybody in this game. A tie will put Lancashire, I can't believe I'm looking at it. A tie will put Lancashire onto 24 points, which is the same as Essex, but Essex have a far superior run rate. A tie would put Durham onto 22 points. So yeah, Lancashire will still be third with 24 points if it finished in a tie. It will be level on points with Essex, who are currently third in the South Group on 24, but they have a better run rate. Here we go, final over, 10 to win. Potts in, fallen straight, and pushed away into the offside by Luke Wood. Well, Captain Keaton Jennings is on strike, and it's over to Jennings, really. If Lancashire are going to find 9 more runs from these 5 deliveries to keep their hopes of staying in this season's T20 blast alive. The win for Durham would put them onto 24 points as well. So they'll be looking at the Essex game a little bit later. Here's Potts. Ball to Jennings. Oh, it could be. It's a full toss. He's launched it over fine leg for 6. And it might even be a no ball. It is. Well, there's a delivery that changes the game. The 6 for Jennings. Flashed down the boundary over fine leg. And now Lancashire within 2 runs of victory. And they have a free hit. How one ball can just change a match. Durham had fought so hard to get themselves back into it. 1 ball later, and the whole thing's changed. 6 and a no ball, now a free hit. 2 required to win. Potts to Jennings. Jennings will force it out towards the leg side for a single. Moves to 41 not out. And now Lancashire require 1 more run to win the game. Durham players, their body language tells its own story. Having worked so hard to try and make 140 feel like too many. They're now, thanks to a no ball in the 6th that Jennings made the most of, staring down the barrel of a defeat, and Lancashire on the verge of victory. They need 1 more run to win. Potts in to Wood, hits it to mid-on, dot ball. Everyone's in, of course, now. There's nobody outside the fielding circle. Everyone's inside the circle trying to stop the single. We've got a real possibility of a run-out chance in this little sequence of play as well. Don't rule that one out just yet. 3 balls left, 1 still needed. It's Wood that's on strike. And it's Potts for Durham. Into Wood. Wood gets bat and ball. They get through for the single and win. Well, they've made the Lancashire supporters feel every single minute of that. It looked like they were cruising, and then it looked like they were losing, but they have won. They've won the game by 3 wickets. Victory keeps them going.
Head over to lancetv.co.uk right now to get full
North Group
coverage
table
of
for
every
Lancashire
live
Lightning.
stream, highlights,
And it will be
and more.
all eyes on the Oval this evening, where Surrey take on Essex. And if Essex lose, then Lancashire Lightning will qualify for the quarter-finals of the T20 Blast. So they've done all they can do coming into this game. In fact, coming into Friday's match against Yorkshire, they knew that it was must win, and they've put together back-to-back victories to keep going in the competition. Having lost so disappointingly at Trent Bridge at the start of the month, the tie against Derbyshire, the victory against Yorkshire, and now today's victory against Durham, whose campaign this season has come to an end, has kept Lancashire Lightning for at least a few hours still in with the possibility of reaching the quarter-finals. But full credit to Durham for a magnificent effort with the ball. Colin Ackerman with the bat at least gave them something to bowl at, and then they've managed to find a way to make 140 feel like a very difficult run chase. They've had to work really hard for that, Lancashire Lightning. Ben Raines bowled beautifully. Catching was great, and the groundwork was excellent as well. Right, Lancashire win, 3-wicket victory. They're still in the competition, at least for a few further hours. For viewers on Lancs TV, let's catch up with Fraser. And here on BBC Radio Lancashire, we'll just round things up. So just to let you know, that Surrey game against Essex is a 6:30 start. In fact, so they're just underway now. And well, if Essex were to lose, then Lancashire Lightning would reach the quarter-finals of this season's T20 Blast. But it needs Essex to lose to Surrey for that to happen. You can follow that game if you fancy it. It's on the BBC Sport website and app. You'll find commentary from the Oval of Surrey against Essex, and you can listen to that game and see whether or not Lancashire are still going to be competing in this year's T20 Blast. We shall find out over the course of the next couple of hours. But that's it from Old Trafford. It's certainly the final T20 game of the season here this season. Congratulations to both Lancashire Thunder, who won the first match, and to Lancashire Lightning, victorious in this second game of the doubleheader. We will round things up tomorrow evening on Sport from 6. Whether Lancashire are through or whether Lancashire are out, we'll discuss that and round up all the rest of the day's sports news tomorrow night from 6 o'clock. But from Emirates Old Trafford on this beautiful sunny Sunday evening, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I know, made hard work of that, didn't they? Goodness. Jeez. Oh.